I don't know how this is going to go over with my community. They're learning a lot. They're like, oh, I get it now.
All right, welcome to Cosmically Speaking, episode 6. I am here with Beau Branback. Branback. We're bringing Branback. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Close
perfect.
enough.
Owner of Beckett Castle. You may know him either on IG or just in Racine. Yeah, I thought it would be great to have another great owner of another TCG store in.
Thanks,
a man of space.
Yes.
And overall, just fun. Yeah. So,
Yes,
what's
sir.
going on, brother?
Not too much.
Yeah.
Hanging out, having fun.
So, before I get into my normal questions, have you seen all of these posts about these like random Targets and Walmarts and shit getting all these prismatic restocks?
Yeah.
Like they're getting twice as much as I was allocated from some places.
Yes. It's pretty crazy to see all that stuff. And then Pokemon's like, oh, we're going to reprint it. And here's all, you're going to get some product. No.
No, they're reprinting
it goes
for
to
Target and them.
Yeah, it goes to retail. And then if we get it, it's pricey.
Yeah, I don't even understand that. That was just a little thing I just needed to bring up before I forgot. But yeah, I'm going to start it off then with the way I do with every podcast, all 6 of them. What do you think about when you look up at the stars?
Ooh, good question. Probably some nerdy stuff versus what most people think. Since I have a background in like astronomy and I enjoy it, I don't know, look at a star and see an actual big old ball of gas and think about, how many planets there might be around there, what those planets might be like, stuff like that.
Interesting.
And just the fact that, you're looking at something in the past, essentially. Since
the light's traveling.
Yes, it takes so long to get to us. So that's pretty cool, too.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I always thought about, so that concept, when I've heard that concept, is like, if you could somehow travel within that imagery of light, could you technically see the past? Like, so say if I'm that bright star traveling to you, okay, I die out, and it's so far that my light is now here going to you. Can you somehow get to this and record what happened here via that before it gets you? Because you can record it once it's at Earth hitting you, so why can't you go and get it while it's like coming?
You could, but
It's just a random thought.
Does
that make sense?
We think of light as being really fast, right? Fastest thing. That's literally the universal speed limit.
Yeah.
By the way, is my mic good?
Yeah.
Good? Okay.
Yeah, you sound good.
But light's really slow, like really, really slow.
Compared to universal
Compared to
speed,
just how much distance is in between everything. So the sun, it takes 8 minutes for light to get there. So the sun could explode. Yeah, to us. The sun could explode. We wouldn't know for 8 minutes. Something like Jupiter, I think, is 18 hours or something like that. And that's just within our solar system. So the next star is a few light years away. So our closest star takes like 4 years for that light to get to us. So even if you could catch up to that light somewhere in the universe, I don't know how much you're going to gain, because unless you're going faster than the speed of light, which who knows if that's possible, but you're not going to really gain that much time. So I don't know if there would be a point to doing that.
So when you were explaining that, I actually made a mistake on how I explained that. I was thinking about us. So if we could somehow have like this super telescope that could see another Earth, okay? It would take time for our eyes to just like that light or whatever that is. So what is that considered? If you can see another planet from 1,000,000 miles away,
we're seeing the light
as it
was. Okay, so we have to set a distance. Let's call it 10 light years.
Okay.
There's a planet 10 light years from here. That means that whatever happens on that planet, when we're looking at it, is 10 years in the past, because
10 light years.
Because whatever's happening now will take 10 years for us to see it. So there's things that are even further away. We're talking hundreds of millions of light years. So the light that we are seeing now is what happened when the dinosaurs were alive. So, and then the light that's being let off now in that system or by that star will take another 100 million years. We won't see that until,
of course,
until then. So when you look up at the sky, you are looking back in time. Everything is as it was when the light was emitted. In that,
doesn't that
time.
light have a certain bandwidth or strength to, like, how does it even make it all the way here? Doesn't it phase out? The particle, like, phase out? Like the sun, you can't see it
no.
from.
That's
how far
kind
can
of
you see it from? You know what I mean?
But light is pretty straight. It's it can be bent by gravity and things like that, but there's nothing else, pretty much nothing in between us and another star. We're talking like there's, interstellar medium. It's basically dust and particles, but it's basically a vacuum. There's literal nothing in between. So what's really cool is, let's say you are that photon. You're that light that's traveling. Obviously not possible, because to be pure, you basically have to be pure energy to travel at the speed of light. But if that were you, and you're 100 million light years away, it takes you 100 million light years to hit a person's eyeball from where it's emitted. If you were that photon, you would not experience time. So it happens in an instant. It literally, as in the perspective of the photon, they are both released from the star and hit a person's eyeball at essentially the same time, because time basically doesn't exist when you're traveling at the speed of light. So even though it takes 100 million years for us to see it, if that photon, if it could experience time, there'd be no time. It's instant.
Interesting. What is that called? Is there, makes sense.
That would be relativity, essentially. The closer that you get to light, the slower time moves, the slower that you experience time. So as you approach that maximum speed limit, the time that lapses reduces to essentially zero.
And are we currently trying to go faster than the speed of light? I thought I saw an article like last year that they made particles down in Illinois go faster than the speed of light.
Yeah, they're not technically going faster than the speed of light, but we can determine aspects or characteristics about the light faster than the speed of light.
That's what it was. They were like not guessing, but they were telling you where certain particles were going to be before they were.
It's kind of, to me, it's kind of cheating, because it's a coin flip, right? So as soon as you flip a coin, as soon as you see what side comes up, you know what side is on the other side, right? So that's what they're doing with light, or with those particles. They know one side of the equation, which instantly allows them to know the other side of the location, or the other side of that coin, the other side of that equation. Without
and it's as simple as ones and
it.
zeros with that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
What I was originally saying, I guess, is like, if we could have a telescope that could see another planet that has Earth at the same exact time, say exactly what's happening here. It's 12:30 here. It's also 12:30 there with their time. If we had something powerful enough to see that at the same exact time, can we then travel between that and go see that? Like, because that light, what is even... So you can't even see it without light. So we're not. It's not light traveling. It's not the light. It's the imagery.
That is light. So what you're seeing is the light hitting your eyeball or your camera sensor. That's
so
all
me
it is.
Looking at you is reflective based off of light particles.
Yep.
Revealing what's
so
in front of me. So
you can see my eyeball, because these lights are shooting photons at my eye, and my eye is absorbing some of them, and it's re-emitting. I don't know if it's re-emitting. It's probably reflecting, but that's how you get color too, right? So this, I don't know,
Dark side of the moon.
This can, right? This is emitting absorbing all of the light, all of the visible light, except for red light. And that red light is being reflected off, and that's how we see that color. I don't know how we got on that. What that was answering.
Well, it's because I was trying to say, if you look at the moon,
you're
you're looking at the moon's image but you can only see that because of light.
Yes.
So not
And
that,
if
so you can't technically see a different planet.
You could.
Like you can't see its past though. You would only be able to see its current because light is not projecting.
I would say
image.
It's current with an asterisk. It's current as of whatever distance, how far away it is, So if let's say we build a massive telescope, huge, bigger than the Earth, massive collecting power, you're still going to see, even if we could look at another planet and zoom in down and see trees and water, you're still only seeing that from when, like, in the past. So if it was 100 light years away and we had this crazy resolution and you could see waves rippling, well, that's from 100 years ago.
Where's that image though? Then that's floating in space
light
towards
us?
us?
So its star shines the light reflects off, and those photons are traveling towards us for 100 years, 100 million years, and we are just in the perfect cosmic location, right? Cosmic.
Yep.
That, it's hitting our eyeball. If that were off by matter of seconds, we're going to see, not even seconds, just nanoseconds, we're going to see different photons.
So the sun, so let's say this drink is the Earth. Sun's hitting it. It's sending off, like,
it's
if
reflecting.
You're here and just on the moon or whatever and you're looking at Earth.
Yep.
If you look at Earth from the moon and it's 12 o'clock here, can you not see 12 o'clock until like 12:05 from here?
That's a good example. So let's say we're using 12 o'clock as our time reference. Okay. At 12 o'clock, we're looking at the moon. I think the moon is maybe a couple light minutes away. So it takes light a couple minutes to reach us. If we're looking at it at, let's say, 3 minutes, just to make it easy.
Yeah.
If we're looking at it at noon, we're seeing 11:57 a.m. And then, so now just apply that to a longer and longer distance. The further that you go, instead of 3 light minutes, you're talking light hours, light days, light years. That's how far in the past you're looking.
So they're technically, like, if you...
Even the distance between us now, it's a tiny distance, and light is fast as fuck, right? Like, it's almost immeasurable, but I'm literally seeing you in the past.
Yeah, slightly, yeah.
Yeah, slightly, very slightly.
So the sun, or whatever, however far away is the calculation, is just seeing you pull up to the store right now. If someone was far enough away, that's what they would be seeing.
Yep.
If they could see in a telescope.
Yep.
So
or let's say there's a planet 33 light years from now. They could see me being born as a weird example, but, like, I don't know. You could, make it whatever you want. And
but what is, so now what is that coming towards them? What is that imagery that's coming
just
towards
photons.
them?
Photons.
So it's photons that are emitting everywhere that's showing us a mirage of what happened. So technically, if we
not really a mirage, but you're literally waiting. Photons are both particles and waves, depending on when you measure them, right? So it's a particle, I believe, when it hits something and interacts with something, but as it's traveling through a vacuum, it's a wave.
Interesting.
I don't know where I was going with that, but
no, it makes sense. So you can technically, hypothetically, if you could move quick enough,
you could never really see something at its present. It's basically impossible.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you can go fast enough, faster than the speed of light somehow, jumping through a wormhole, or whatever the fuck the word is,
and intercept it,
and you could technically go back and be like, this is what happened 10,000 years ago on Earth. You could somehow go and see that imagery that's happening. Can you go that far away and look through a telescope?
That's a
good
look past question.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
So
now.
That's where the mirage of, like, can I go back far enough to go look 10,000 years back into our past?
So right now, Earth, 10,000 years ago, emitted photons in the future. Let's say you're on a planet 20,000 light years away, and it's going to take 20,000 years for that light to travel. If you could travel faster than light through a wormhole, and you could somehow figure out the right spot in space so that you line up where the light will be, then yeah, you could see the past before it arrives to that planet 20,000 light years.
But you also have to have something that's
It'd be out of this world
to like capture that, because that's far as fuck away.
Just a regular telescope would work. The hard part would be, one, traveling faster than the speed of light. But what might be even more difficult is pinpointing the point in space that you need to be to see that. Because things are constantly moving, right? Like we're revolving around the sun rotates around the galaxy, our galaxy is moving, and we're talking massive speeds. We're spinning like a few thousand miles an hour right now, and through the galaxy relative to, you know, our galactic center, we're moving, I think it's like millions of miles an hour.
So all those protons are probably actually just getting blocked and hit by meteors and stuff. Like,
or
what about the...
What's really cool is the light will keep traveling until it interacts with something. Gravity can warp its path of where it's going, but until it's observed or it hits something, it'll keep traveling. So we can see things that are billions of years old. We can actually see something called the cosmic microwave background, which is about 300,000 years after the Big Bang, if you believe in that. So, 11 billion years ago, we can actually see some of that light, that aftermath of that explosion, because we're looking so far back. The universe is so big, and that light is still reaching us. There's actually some light that we will never see, because the universe is expanding faster than the speed of light. So there's the universe, and then there's the visible universe. So when astronomers talk about the universe, they mean the visible universe, because
they know nothing.
It's literally impossible for us to know what's outside the visible universe.
Yeah, that's the biggest mind fuck of my life, and any thought that I've ever had. Is the end of the universe, and even if there is an end, then what's past that?
Right.
And relatively, I tell this to my lady all the time, relatively, space, we are to space many times bigger than a proton is to us.
Yes.
So, like, we are an inch is an inch to us, but really to the universe, we're beyond microscopic.
Yeah.
And so what is actually an inch? And I also always say, like, what is our actual real name? Like, you know, we named ourselves humans, but if there is something as a creator or whatever the case be, like, what are our actual names as beings and stuff?
Yeah. It's cool to think about, because it's basically impossible to know. Like, you have to come up with your own answer and believe in it.
Yeah, I came up with this theory. I guess I told my buddy, and he said that people have been thinking about it forever, but I realized that, like, through the universe, if we are the universe, like, everything is all this, right? So evolution happens, humans happen. We are literally the universe that created itself to observe itself and become conscious of itself. Like, we're all one piece of the same universe. All our particles, the table of elements, everything is all universal. And I think a lot of people, when they think about aliens or whatever, they think it's all crazy, but it's like,
no,
everything's out there. We're out there. It's all
cool.
the same shit.
It's cool that you think that, because I feel the same way. Like, everything that we're made of, all of our particles, all of our atoms, were, in my belief, were created at the Big Bang, right?
Okay.
And all of our particles and all of our elements that we're made of that are heavier than hydrogen and helium were made in a star. So, like, we're literally stardust. And the only way that happens is through star explosions. So all these things that we're made of were originally part of a star. So now we have this lifeless matter and lifeless stuff. And now not all of a sudden, but things start coming together and working kind of like a machine. And now we're so intelligent that the matter, the stardust, is observing itself. Like, it is, we as stardust are aware that we are stardust.
Yeah. It's fucking weird.
It is.
And that's why you can't, like, anyone that says a creator doesn't exist or God doesn't exist, like, that's fine. But something created us. and it's the universe created us. But how does that even happen? And who creates that? So you believe in the Big Bang.
Yep.
You're saying.
Yep.
And now, so if I say, I'm not going to argue against it, but I'm going to say, like, what's before that? And is it just such a dense nothingness that just explodes and happens? Like, what's before that? There has to be something that makes the Big Bang. There has to be something that creates what's inside of whatever that the Big Bang is.
But
where does that come from?
We don't know, and it's nearly impossible to know. We can determine some of the characteristics of what it was like at the Big Bang. We know that it was an imperfect explosion, which when you think about something infinitely dense and infinitely small, like literally the entire universe was compact into less than an atom. Yeah. So, but we know that long ago and that small of a thing, we know that it wasn't a perfect sphere because what I talked about earlier, the cosmic microwave background, we see imperfections in that. So those imperfections come from smaller imperfections, right? So we know that something wasn't perfect, which is also interesting to me. How can you be infinitely small and tiny and dense but not be perfect?
Interesting. Because so what is your thoughts then? Like, what is before the Big Bang? It's kind of like a TV like an old TV that turns on and goes.
Yeah.
Like someone maybe created us.
That's a really cool example. I'm such a nerd. So the old CRT TVs, big tube TVs. When you turn to static, that is the cosmic microwave background. So those old TVs, when you see that black and white, that's literally what the universe was like for the first few seconds of its life. And that antenna is picking up that background and displaying it as black and white. There's literally a battle of matter and antimatter. And in that tiny, tiny, infinitesimally small thing, there was just a little bit more matter, and matter won out. And here we are.
Can one be religious and believe in the Big Bang? No.
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah. I know people that are very religious but also believe in science.
Yeah, the Big Bang it's a nice way to put things, but I always just think of it almost feels like then someone created like a computer or something, you know, when a computer the first time it turns on, or AI the first time it turns on, it doesn't understand what happened. It just is.
Yep.
So via that relativity. Thank you. Cut it.
Cut.
No, relativity, the size thing, you know. So the Big Bang, because the universe, the Big Bang, where that tiny thing was, could have technically been how much bigger than Earth or something. Like, how small was it? How do we know how small it was?
Infinitely small. Like,
is it also
smaller than an atom small? And then that also,
and you can prove that?
Yes. I can't, but yes, that through physics we can prove that.
So then it was basically nothingness that became something. So
right. And when we're talking about
that doesn't
the universe being that size, so I think what might help is talking about expansion, if we have time to talk about expansion.
Yeah, we got time.
Okay.
When it happened, it wasn't as big as it is.
Yes, right.
Yes.
So you may have heard that the universe is expanding and its expansion is accelerating. So it's
the rate of expansion.
It's kind of like, it's kind of like a sideways bell curve, I think. It started, big explosion, started going up, and now we're getting into this quick exponential expansion. We can't figure out what that is. People think it's, dark matter or whatever it is. But the weird thing about expansion is that the distances between us are getting further, not because the galaxies are getting moving away from each other, but because the space in between them is expanding. Yep. So,
and is that antimatter, or is that even observable? Like that?
We can. It's called the Hubble constant. So it is a measurable rate, but it's over long distances. One of the newest telescopes, the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, just made some measurements, and it kind of threw a wrench into everything because what it was measuring, because it's so powerful. It's one of our most powerful telescopes. That Hubble constant, the rate of expansion is different than what we expected. So there's still certain things that we don't understand about physics to account for that difference in that rate. And what I mean by expansion and like the space between us, I've seen this analogy before and it's really good. So blow up a balloon and you put, a mark on either one, right? Mm-hmm. Those dots aren't going to move on the balloon, but if you blow into the balloon and you expand it, the dots get further apart, right? Mm-hmm. The dots aren't changing the position on the balloon, but the space in between them is expanding. Mm. That's exactly how space-time in the universe works, is that space is expanding in between us.
The balloon's a good example. That's like one of the only things you could use.
Yep. Yeah, exactly, because it's a stretchy
But is that a theory
substance.
Or is that a
No, that's how expansion works. But instead of it being in one direction, kind of like a balloon, mm-hmm. it's in all directions. So even right now, the ceiling is getting further away from us. The floor is getting further away from us. You're getting further away from me. And that's a measurable rate.
I've thought about that, and I was wondering if an inch is still an inch from a million years ago.
Yeah.
But it's all relative, so it is.
It is.
To us.
Yeah, because we're talking tiny, tiny distances. Like, even measuring an inch on opposite sides of the Earth is tiny. The numbers, the distances between things and how big the universe is like unimaginable. We're like, how do you even quantify 1 light year, let alone billions? How do you even quantify a billion? Like, what does a billion look like?
A billion what?
Anything.
Oh, well, I could show you what $1 billion looks like after. No, but
after Pokemon's 30th anniversary.
Does that make sense though? I had that idea recently. I was driving right past the Deer District, actually. If everything has a rate of expansion ourselves, so say 1 million years ago, people were 6 feet, but now everything expands, so we don't know, but we're actually like 30 feet tall. But you would never know because everything equally grows at the same time. Does that make sense? I guess because but the protons could also grow. How would you know?
We know the rate of expansion because we can measure, because we can look back further in time.
Okay, you can see that things have not changed.
That's what's really nice about light, is that it's very slow and there's very big distances. So we just have to look deeper and further away to look further back in time.
It's so weird, man. If we are, like we were saying, we are the universe, like exploring and whatever the word would be, just analyzing itself.
Yeah.
Why? Like, has it happened before? Like, everything feels so perfect, even humans and everything else. Like, maybe you're not perfect with, like, whatever, but we are. Like, our bodies, everything, how we were built, and these things are all so perfect down to the very little particles, but it's just weird to me that we can observe. Yeah. And it's come to this point of now the universe is observing itself. So, like, there is how can you have secrets from yourself?
Yeah.
Why is it trying to observe itself? Like, is there even a reason? Or is it just like, is the universe getting pleasure from us having sex? Like, I just don't understand the purpose of evolution for
survival.
Yeah, but that's the universe itself doing this, and it's already exists.
Two things you have to consider. Evolution is the result of not the luckiest, but the best fit for the situation. Okay. So there were countless millions, billions, whatever, of animal species that died out because they were not adept to the situation that they're in, and they didn't survive. They didn't pass on their genes, right? So even the smallest change in genetics, some small mutation or whatever it is, might give, I don't know, a squirrel better advantage. It runs a little bit faster and it can escape a predator. Well, now, it gets a pass on its genes, and all the squirrels that got eaten don't. So life is kind of like it filters itself out, right? It's constantly going through filters, and the ones that aren't, adapted to their environment don't pass on their genes. And the ones that do are best fit for the environment. They pass them on, and that's kind of how evolution works. So there's a lot of things that died before us allowed us.
That makes sense. I guess I said something wrong.
No,
but
no,
you understand what I'm like. Back to like us being the universe observing itself. It just doesn't make sense to why it would even happen. Why that evolution of that, not the evolution of like the survival of the fittest,
like our sentience, like why we can,
and then
why we're self-aware.
Yeah, what's the purpose of that? Like, how does that naturally happen? It feels like that's the only way that it could happen, but when you think about the universe being stardust and then evolving and mutating via the sun rays and stuff to create these beings inside of water that then comes on to the earth and then starts walking, talking, and fucking and scamming people out of Pokemon cards. Like, how does that happen?
Scalpers came right out of the water.
Yeah, they smell like they came out the water.
Yeah, no kidding.
But like, so that is just so bizarre to me. And even if there was something like a different race or human, like more advanced humans, because I believe maybe there's more advanced humans in the water or on a different part of the planet or whatever the case be. Like, even if they're handing us things, here's this iPhone tech, here's this AI tech, like, where is that coming from then past that? And why did that even get created in the first place? So that's where that religious and, evolution comes from. And just, it's very weird to me that we became now these particles of beings that observe itself.
Experience. And
it's just very odd to me why it happened. And even if it's a dream or a simulation, still, there's someone outside of the simulation creating that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's a very, excuse me.
Okay.
It's very strange, and I try not to think about it anymore, not to avoid it.
It wrecks your brain.
Exactly. Just thinking about the basic, like, what's at the end of the universe or whatever. It's just too crazy for me.
Try and think about what happened, what it's like to be, or what it feels like after you're dead if you're not a religious person, right? You don't believe in heaven or some afterlife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. How does it feel? When you think back, what does it feel like? What do you think about when the time before you're born? Mm-hmm. Nothingness, right?
Yeah.
So now that's what we're going to go back into? That's weird.
But once it's created cannot be destroyed, right? That's a basic of matter or whatever the case be. But also, like,
our particles will eventually
go somewhere.
Well, couple billion years from now, the sun is going to turn into a red giant. It's going to expand past Jupiter's orbit, so it's going to eat up all the Earth and all the planets, and we're going to turn back into, basic matter again. And what the really crazy thing is, so we talked about before how light doesn't experience time. Well, when you're dead, assuming that you don't believe in afterlife, you also don't experience time. So
you're just there.
The moment, you're there for an instant. The moment that you die, you stop experiencing time. So you get to the end of the universe in an instant when you die. Everything that happens in the future happens instantly. So the sun engulfs whatever happens to the universe, whether you think it's a big expansion or a big crush, whatever, it all happens immediately because you're not experiencing time. There is no time. So you get to the end of time immediately.
Interesting. Yeah, It is, because I love to say, like, I don't remember the 4 billion years before I was born.
Nope.
Why would I remember after? Yeah. But also, why do we have such a, like, I don't want to die feel? Like, why is that inside of us? If we're from the universe, though, we should have it. I mean, that's maybe that, like, you have that sense of peace, like, we'll be okay. Because it's kind of like we know that we'll be okay. But it's very... There's a lot of weird signs that I get especially when I ask for them or whatever the case be from the universe, like certain things that like legitimately are undeniable that happen. And that's weird to me. It's just all of this is really weird to me, and I don't understand why.
Yeah,
which is fine.
That's part of the problem about having a brain that's self-aware, right? You're trying to answer questions that are unanswerable.
And is that the natural progression of what the universe is supposed to do? Like, it seems like it. It seems like, oh yeah, you have this cool place with planets and people, and they go, but it feels very chaotic at the same time.
Or it's meaningless, right?
What if, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's chaotic meaning.
To me, there's countless other life out there. If the universe is as big as it is, and there's as many stars, I mean, there's more stars in our galaxy, or even more galaxies in the universe than there are grains of sand on Earth. Like Earth. Yep. You go to the dunes, there's a lot of fucking sand grains.
One cup of fucking sand,
right?
A lot.
Yeah, and there's more. And now every single one of those has. We good on mic?
Yeah. I just want to check it.
So now every single one of those has a planet or 2 or 3 around it. So you have, I don't know, 50 trillion chances at life.
We are one of those.
But when there's that many possibilities, how is there not life? Like, to me, it's scarier to think about that we're the only life. Like, that's fucked. Like, we're shouldering the responsibility of all intelligence in the universe. To me, I don't think that's possible. I think there's life well before us. There's going to be life well after us, and it's everywhere.
Hopefully, maybe we can become those people.
Yeah.
I'm down to get into a robot body, truthfully.
Yeah. Put me in a robot body for sure.
Like, it is. That's a good
I don't have to sleep. Sweet. Just got to charge.
You just have to work all day.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. You're on RoboCock duty. For
that's your job.
5,000 years. You just polish knobs. That's good that you bring that up, because that's exactly what I think too. Like, we are just one of billions of Earths that have humans. I think there's humans everywhere. I don't know about humans, but I feel like life. So now listen to why I think this, though. Because, all right, if we're at the habitable zone, right, and there's tons of stars just like ours, we're just a random spot. So what happened here is also randomly going to happen there. They have the same table of elements. They have the same distance from the star. Everything's the same exact equation. 2 + 2 is 4 here. 2 + 2 is 4 there. Except, does that make sense? Like,
it's not the same. It is the same physics, and
but if they get the same exact star and the same exact planet distance, why wouldn't the same exact? There is no same exact.
Just like there's no snowflake that's the same shape, right? So
there's no other star with a planet 93 million miles.
Well, let's just think about Earth's past, right? Let's say you have an identical Earth. Okay. Well, we've had 7 extinctions. Some of them were also massive, like nearly wiped out life, right?
Okay.
If we didn't get hit by a massive asteroid that we now know essentially created the Gulf of America. No, that's basically a big crater, right? That's where Earth got hit. If that didn't get hit, we wouldn't exist. Mammals wouldn't have, survived, and we'd be a land of big fucking lizards. If that asteroid didn't hit, if that asteroid was even a few minutes off, it would miss Earth, right?
Do you think that had a divine purpose, though? And that happens everywhere?
Oh, I think that's a big filter for life, is that shit happens all the time, everywhere.
So other planets just have fucking alien...
Or think maybe gravity's... we've found super Earths that are 2 to 3 times bigger than Earth, and their gravity is stronger. That changes everything.
So what happens, though? Let's just... Very basic, like I said. There's another galaxy 10 galaxies away. There's a star the same exact size as ours. There's a planet 93 million miles, same as ours, has 1 moon, same as ours. There's life. Right?
Mm-hmm.
How is there not life based off of what happened? Like, does there have to also be water originally on that? Or where does the water come from? Because the water is what created, like, my buddy sent me a ChatGPT conversation that there was water and life before trees. And then trees then grew, and then
flowers are only a couple million years old.
Yeah. It just seems so perfect.
Yeah.
Earth is so perfect, and then it's just weird to me.
We also don't know if life needs water, right? There's oh my gosh, I can't believe all my science nerds are gonna kill me. The moon around Saturn that has methane lakes.
Yeah. Europa.
Titan.
Oh, Titan, not Europa. Is
think it's
Europa
Titan.
another one?
Yes, Europa is has an ice crust and a big ass ocean underneath. That's where that and Enceladus is where I'd look for life. Yep.
Yeah.
Where they
it's a big ass
they land
monster.
there, and they fall through the ice, and there's that was a good movie. I like that.
It was.
Anyway, so Titan has methane lakes, right?
Okay.
Technically, there could be methane-based life. So you might not even need water. You just need some kind of repeatable chemical reaction that is beneficial to keep that chemical reaction going to build life. That's essentially what life is, right? Like we're self-sustaining machines, flesh machines, but like we're basically machines that thrive off of the energy of that the earth provides us. There's nothing that says we can't have methane life, we can't have hydrogen, helium life.
Why can't we recreate that here?
Too hard, because we only know carbon-based life that requires water.
If you make this little ozone, little like planet, what is it called? Not a planetarium, where things live in.
You're talking about
something terrarium.
It is something terrarium. Terrarium.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah. So if you set that up and like make it this microscopic, like you just put in this crazy shit in. It's weird to think though, because
you'd have to sit there for a couple million years. Yeah, it is.
And what we have is very basic. The hydrogen and oxygen is super easy to find.
Yep.
Everywhere. So why wouldn't other places also be using that?
I think
like liquid gold and running through people's brains. Imagine that connectivity though. Like, because AI is pretty soon going to be sentient.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
What's the difference between a machine that we create versus what if we put ourselves into a machine, right?
Yeah.
Like if you can perfectly create a brain, but out of circuits, is it alive? Is it a brain? Like what gives us our unique perspective, about thinking and being self-aware? We'll eventually be able to make AI and computers that are self-aware. So are they alive?
Yeah. Why wouldn't they be?
Right. So then now you're not limited to, you're very much reducing your need on the environment as a machine. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So now you could do that anywhere.
You still need to be oiled up.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to get that lube.
Yep.
Got to get that charge. Ever watch Futurama?
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite shows.
Where they have is that where they have the stick that they shock each other?
I don't remember
it's
that.
It's like an orgasm stick.
No.
I think so. They're like taking like shots of It's like some electric stick. Bender was doing it with the mob.
Yeah.
Like he became part of the mob or something.
Yes, I do remember it vaguely. I do remember it. It feels like that they were like in a speakeasy and like
something like that.
Okay. Yeah. I should know that better though. But Futurama's.
What do you think about the new season?
Haven't watched. I was just gonna say I haven't watched.
I watched the first
season and a half.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, the first couple episodes were definitely like they're just trying to talk about fucking
coming back
events and shit. And it was just kind of annoying. But yeah, that's hold on. Yeah, it's crazy. Life is fucking nuts.
It is.
So, how long do you think this Pokemon boom is gonna last?
Wow, just change it. Wow.
The big Pokemon boom.
Great transition. Through the end of 2026 is my guess.
So it would be
through the 30th anniversary. Yeah.
But then the new block comes.
And new blocks always suck.
And they go, here's tag teams.
If it's tag teams, I'm going to have nothing for sale. It's just all mine.
Yeah.
But what? Scarlet and Violet through Obsidian fucking tanked. Sword and Shield base, Rebel Clash, everybody hated. It sucked. Sun and Moon base sucked. XY base sucked. It's all going to suck right in the beginning because it's something new. People don't like it for a certain reason.
Well, they do it purposely. They take away all the alt arts, all this cool
Yep.
shit that they give us, and they
Start
go, here's
over.
a base set.
Yep. EX, GX, V.
Even though this new base set does have like art rares and illustrations and stuff.
Yeah.
So it is actually one of the best. It's probably the best base set ever.
Yeah.
Next to base set.
Yeah, it really is.
Like the amount
we
of
got
things
that
they gave us.
We got that for all the sets. Think about Sword and Shield. We didn't get our first fucking alt art till Battle Styles. And people still hate on Battle Styles.
Yeah. Well,
I love the Sleepy Tyranitar.
Me too. It is definitely one of my favorite arts.
Yeah.
I have it in a PSA 10, so that is proof that is one of my favorite arts.
Yeah. I think newer collectors don't realize. I know it's hard to get product right now, but it'll eventually come back down. But I don't think they realize how good they have it with the hits. Like,
yeah, the product is good.
You open a Sun and Moon or a older Sword and Shield box, you get 4 GXs, 4 ultra rares, you get a full art and some kind of secret rare. Well, that's it. You get 6 hits out of, maybe 7 if you're lucky.
Out of a $900 box.
Right. Out of 36 packs. Now you open 36 packs and you're getting, if you count everything, you're getting 12, 14 hits, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's fun. There's just a lot of money. Pokemon is something that like also seems pretty perfect. Like there's like what would take place of Pokemon if Pokemon wasn't here? It's like a instant transaction stock market, but also at the same time it's like this most beloved collected thing ever to Earth's history, most likely. Yeah. Which is very interesting. I really enjoy it. Pokemon it's a weird medium that nothing is like it. Right. I mean, there's other card games, but there's nothing like Pokemon.
Especially just in the hobby space in general. How many hobbies do you have where you buy something and you get even some of your money back, let alone all of your money or multiple times your money? If I go and fucking golf, I'm not getting my money back.
Unless you bet up with your friends.
Right. Well, still, I'm not getting my money back. Like, sports. Yeah. I love sports, but you're not going to get...
It's a weird hobby that is like it's so intermingled with so many...
I like that.
I got to intertingle, When you open up a pack, you get that intertingle.
Yes. That's awesome.
But you know what I mean? Because a hobby, this is the last video I posted like 2 weeks ago or something. Like, hobbies, you're supposed to put money in and enjoy them. You don't go to the steakhouse, spend $150, go home, shit it out, try to remake a steak and try to see how much you can get back for it. You enjoy it, It's the golf thing or whatever.
Right.
Like, you put money into a hobby. A hobby, by definition,
it's entertainment. You're paying to have fun.
Joy.
Yeah.
So there's that weird, like, money aspect into it, which is good and bad for it. It's good, though, for it because people then enjoy it and have fun with it. But then it brings in a lot of people, like the shoe community.
Yeah.
It's an
investment opportunity.
It on 2020, 19.
Yeah.
Like, I've been in the business of collectibles for 11 years now. So it's weird to see like who just jumps in and short-minded, like you were saying. Like, it gets better, just like the speed of light. You're too short-minded.
That's a better transition.
Yeah, you're too short-minded to the point of like just give it a second. Stop looking at shit every 2 weeks. Stop looking at your stocks and everything. If you're in it for just that, otherwise, like you should just be enjoying it. And if you pay $30 for something and then it's $40 or $25, why'd you even buy it in the first place?
Right.
It's weird. So I don't know. How did you even get involved in Pokemon and like owning the store?
Yeah, so I collected Pokemon as a kid, like everybody else, roughly our age. Yeah. It was just the coolest thing. We got a few bucks, go get a pack, open it up. It was just fun. So I had Pokemon, I collected until about 2009 or 2010. Then I got out of it, just college and stuff like that. Just, just wasn't there. Kind of kept up with it here and there. I, maybe bought a couple packs, but nothing crazy.
Like some XY stuff or...
Yep. So summer of 2019, I find my collection. I had a binder and a whole bunch of cards. It was in a plastic container. Found my cards. I'm like, oh, cool. Charizard. Got a couple. I had a first edition Shining Magikarp.
Ooh. Still got it? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's the.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
You
Hello?
know? Good.
Hello?
Hello?
All right, we're good.
Um,
Turn it up a
so
little too much.
I'll get. Let's
First
see.
edition.
First edition Shining Magikarp.
And you still have it.
That is the only card that I still have from my personal collection. It was my favorite card as a kid. I pulled it myself, and it was just cool. I had a base at Charizard, and I liked the Shining Magikarp more. So look up my cards. At that time, I had a couple grand worth of cards, and I'm like, doing research to see where to find cards instead of asking Reddit immediately what my cards are worth.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get trash for that.
You're gonna get trash for saying that?
Nah.
I found my cousin's cards. Are these
What
worth
are they?
anything?
Yeah. Are these fake? I'm like, oh my god. Just do research.
Yeah.
But
one would argue that is their research, but go on.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So I found out TCG Player was a nice marketplace to sell your cards.
Yeah.
And I could see, stuff selling daily, added up. I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try. It asked for a store name. I'm like, I don't fucking know. I was just trying to sell some cards. The dogs were in my office when I was doing that. Beckett, our German Shepherd, and Castle, our Golden Retriever. I'm like, that's a good name. Beckett Castle TCG.
Okay.
Had no idea where I was going to go.
Yeah.
Right. Like, just had no clue. Sold those, got paid out in a couple weeks. I'm like, okay, that was cool. Started looking on Craigslist, found a couple collections, flipped them. I know that's terrible, but flipped them. Right, scalper.
Go on.
But
That was before the boom first.
that was before the boom. Yep,
Yeah.
It was summer 2019, and then August of 2019. Hidden Fates is released.
Yeah.
And I see it all over Reddit. Everybody's looking, they're hunting for the shiny Charizard. I'm like, that's cool. But I just kind of see it passively, right? I'm not really paying attention to it. My birthday's in September. We go out, we get.
Same.
Really?
September 3rd.
27th.
I was born 9/3/93 at 9:39 p.m.
Wow. Kalea, our daughter, is 7/7 of 2020. Born at 12/12. She's 6 pounds and 6 ounces.
Nice.
And then 18.5 inches.
Which is,
She's tiny.
Yeah.
Anyway, birthday.
Yeah.
Get hammered, and Patricia is like, we gotta go to Walmart to get, I don't know, whatever. And I see Hidden Fates ETB.
You drive there.
Yeah, right. Hidden Fates ETB sitting on the shelf. I'm like, that's what people are talking about.
Yeah.
So I buy it. It was $35.
On sale.
$15 off MSRP. Open it up. Pull a shiny Charizard. I was like,
First
holy
ATV.
fuck. Yeah. It was
That's
wild.
the universe.
That was
Literally
the
pushing
universe.
You. This is what I'm talking about. The universe literally gave you that Charizard and
Yep.
said, this is your path now.
Yep, pretty much.
Go
and I'm
on.
like, all right, that was cool.
Yeah.
I need to open some more Hidden Fates because that was fun. So along with that, started buying and selling more collections. And then by October, I'm like, okay, like I can see this being a side gig, make a couple $100 a month, help pay some bills. And that started blowing up. We got to, I think, level 4 or whatever TCG Player within a couple months. January of 2020, COVID starts to hit. We get approved for a distributor. January, we started the business officially January 1st of 2020, even though technically it's like October, but
Yeah.
by the state, January 4th, we had a distributor account because distributors were begging for accounts. They,
Yeah, remember that, motherfuckers.
yeah.
Okay,
I
hold on.
had 2 distributors who were going back and forth on who could give me a better price for a booster box. Like that's how competitive, like they wanted your business versus now,
Yeah. Where they piss on you.
Right. So started, we got some sealed stuff, made a website, started selling stuff there. We did, pack battles, just random stuff. That started doing good. And then COVID hit and Pokemon starts going up. we keep buying more and more, and yeah, just get bigger and bigger from there. So we got really, really lucky with the timing because we got in with the distributors before they,
stop taking
accounts, and we didn't make much money at all. It was rough to sell a booster box and like sealed stuff back then. Sealed was not very profitable, but
that would have been what, Darkness Ablaze?
Our first booster box that we got was
Unbroken's 19.
It wasn't. It was Cosmic Eclipse.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yep.
The last Sun and Moon box.
Yes, the last Sun and Moon box.
How much did you have of that? And now
I got a case is what I was allocated.
Okay.
And then we ripped it all and sold the singles. But yeah, and then just kept buying more and more. And COVID hit. I saw the boom. I did a little bit of more research and, found that Pokemon's pretty much a cycle. I kind of see it as a 2-3 year cycle. And just kept taking the profits and putting it back into the business. We bought more and more. Allocations went up, and we basically still do the same thing now.
Yeah. Now you're kingpin in it.
Right.
Running the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would, I guess, there was also a good point of that is he's been MSRP throughout, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
yep.
So that was also a really good thing, because that's how I first found you, was when the Celebration UPC came out. You had a raffle, and it was like, sign up, and you'll get an email if you have the chance to purchase at MSRP. And I remember I got an email, and I was like, I got an email, and you're like, that's not the email.
Yeah,
like, okay. And that's how I found out about you. So that's how long I've known.
Yeah, we started that with
2021.
Shining Fates because
Shining
like Fates had the Charizards, and people were freaking out. We're like, we got to make this decision now. Are we going to stick to MSRP or are we going to charge market? And we decided to stick to MSRP, and we don't make nearly as much money as we could. I don't even like to go back and even the journey together. I think we did it because people were complaining. Like, we left $90,000 on the table. Like, that's a lot. So like, it's not an easy thing to do. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or anything, but like, it fucking sucks sometimes. Like, I'm gonna sell the
but it's also great that you were able to sell it at retail, because how many times you left $90,000 on the table, but there's also now $100,000 on the table on the other side.
Right.
Okay.
Because
we
believe in the game, right? We want the hobby to grow and people to, keep opening packs. If, packs are $10 on release, well, that just immediately prices out a lot of people. And even the people that it doesn't price out, like, is it worth it? So, yeah.
Well, that's just market price in general, and that's actually my next question for you. Do you believe in market price for a new product?
I think yes, unfortunately, because if there's someone willing to pay a price and that price is repeatable, I think a TCG player, whenever I look at market price and how things are selling and what price they should be selling at, I look at TCG player. If, Destined Rivals was, I think the last time I checked, it was $300 a box, and they're selling 100 boxes a day.
Who is selling those boxes, and how do you get those pre-sale accounts in the first place?
Yes.
Is also something.
Yes. But, even after, those boxes are going for that price. So if someone's willing to pay it, and
is it other investors and scalpers though doing it? It's kind of like how the shoe community was, because a lot of those people are from the shoe community, like legitimately, because the shoe community doesn't, like, shoes do not sell as they used to. So all of those people, when you see them, compared to like someone that just wants to open packs with their kids or their friends.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
these guys that are
we can sell. We can see
so if you sell and it's like that, and everyone in this community is fine with market price. They're in their mind, their market price is market price. That's what it is. That's what it is. So if market price is $300 and I can get something for $280, that's good, even though actual price is $150 or whatever. And you have that amount and that voice that's so loud, and then you're like, oh, maybe that is the right, like. So when I ask you that, is market price a real thing at release? that is a viable answer. I agree with that. But at the same time, we should all be very thankful that we can even sell it at retail because,
yes,
for the longest time, I guess, it's claiming retail or market price, something sells at, you saw that shitty skit video that was probably made where the guy's like, oh, now you want to pay market price? And
the other shop owner.
Yeah, it was a shitty video.
I saw it,
no offense, but it sucked. You can do better. I can show you how to do better if you want.
Yes.
Not to be an asshole, but I'm just
saying
what I'm saying. But it's like that actually, because people give me shit for some of these videos that I make with Mac that I'm I'm writing my ass off, editing all this shit for it, and it's like clearly a joke, and they're like, "This is horrible. You shouldn't be posting this. This is how you're advertising." I'm like, no, I'm making a funny fucking video.
Right.
It's fun. But this market price versus market price, like, okay, Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet base, $90. You want to pay $90? Okay, Destiny Rivals, $300. Now you got to pay $300. What I see wrong with that is retail or market price is viable until retail price, because if something's $90 and I sell it for $100, no one's gonna care. If market price is $108, like for Stellar Crown, I remember this vividly. It was $108. If I sell it for $120, no one's gonna say anything. It's not a bad price.
And not a lot of people are going to buy it.
No, exactly. So the people that want it, okay, you're not getting this random box that already had the case hit taken out of the case that some guy on TCG Player is selling, because that happens a lot, especially with other games.
Oh,
the case hit gets hit, and then now the market price is getting set by a bunch of people selling dud boxes.
One piece, unless it's sleeved or unless it's out of a box, just don't buy a loose one piece bags.
So how do you allow that market price to dictate what you do, So Yu-Gi-Oh does that, like the Starlight Rares before. If someone pulls it out of the case, those other 11 boxes are garbage, basically. And if those 11 boxes get sold on TCG Player, that is affecting the official market price.
Right.
Knowing there's nothing in there.
Right.
So, going back to the Stellar Crown thing, if I sell boxes at 120 when market's 108, I'm not going to sell it at 108 or $95. Sorry. Fuck. A little bit of, I don't drink soda and stuff, but I did drink soda and I got a little bit of, it's just a weird thing because I think it's just an excuse. Anything to sell over MSRP is an excuse to me. And when you have a community that's cool with it, if you have a whole community that's down, all your customers are market price guys and they want to pay market price, I think that's fine and that's your community and you can do that. But if we're feeding thousands of people a year that love the product, they shouldn't have to succumb to that shit. And especially even retail is a little bit, it's a lot. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to sell stuff at retail, but I wouldn't mind also having 5 times the amount of boxes of Destiny Rivals and selling them for 120, so everyone's happy. But I can't get that in the first place. So
I know
161
we've talked about this before.
Does that make sense though?
Oh yeah, I think the ideal price for a booster box is 120 to 130. Stores can make a little bit. It's under MSRP, so it's a good value. If you sit at that price, you're probably getting some deals from distributors for buying more. There's probably stuff in stock that you can buy. That's ideal. Under that, it gets rough for stores. You can lose a lot of money because we have to pre-order so far in advance. It's hard to predict what it's going to be. And, the opposite. You might not, what we did for Surging Sparks. We were man, it's been a year of just bullshit market, losing thousands of dollars per set because no one wants to buy it at the market price. So we're fuck that. We're not going to buy Surging Sparks, I'm going to put in a small order because it's just going to be the same thing. And then, so we have to put in our orders in July or August, and it came out in November,
yeah,
right?
Early November. I think.
But and by the time it came out, they're over MSRP. How do you predict that?
You don't. You just do you just get into the zone and you just go and you just do it all. And you just buy it all.
Yeah.
You wait.
Go on an adventure.
Yeah. 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 So it's very interesting, and I don't know. I'm grateful that there's some sets that are, everyone wants them. And I don't think that there's a lot of people that are even holding stuff either. Like, there's big places. You see some big guys that have thousands of packs of shit, but the common person can't even get it.
Yeah.
So no one's even investing. And then streaming, everyone's opening everything. Like, it's going to be interesting to see the prices of these boxes. Journey Together is an okay set.
Yeah.
And pull rates were
good
nice.
Good hit rates.
Really
Smaller
nice.
set too, which is nice.
Yeah. Destined Rivals now. I'm going to make a video later about this, but that is like beyond the best set of Scarlet and Violet. And
I got a hot take.
All right, let's hear it.
I think Destined Rivals is mid, as the kids say.
All right.
I like.
Do I need to pull up the fucking list? It's the best set of Scarlet and Violet.
Yes.
You cannot put it.
Oh, it's gonna sell like crazy.
Yeah.
The ETB art alone, just the big fucking R, like it's so cool. Am I good?
Yeah, you're good. No. What do you think's mid about it though? There could have been more.
There's not enough Team Rocket.
That's true.
There's not Team Rocket. You got. Yeah. I like the Crobat. The Crobat's cool. The Mewtwo's dope. But like, I want to see more dark. Give me fucking Team Rocket returns, like Dark Typhlosion, Dark Tyranitar.
Typhlosion is it?
Was it? I think so. Yeah.
It's a Neo.
Like
though.
That's what I wanted. I wanted dark Team Rocket cards, and we got, regular. Not regular. They're cool, but it's not Team Rocket enough.
Put aside your expectation and look at it as its own thing.
I want more Team Rocket.
Me too. Maybe there will be more Team Rocket.
Team Rocket returns.
But we still have. There's time. Time is an illusion, right? As you said,
it is.
We have dark sets that are possibly coming. We have more. Think about how many tag teams. We haven't even gotten EV tag teams yet.
Yeah.
There is no Espeon Umbreon tag team.
I'm gonna shit if we get tag teams again. I'm gonna freak out.
Eventually we should. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going through EXs, right?
Yeah, just all of that in general. And what's the next block? Like, I'm excited to even see the next block. I
think they said we're gonna have a mini block. It's like 3 to 5 sets, basically to get us through the 30th anniversary. What were the sets? Was it Dragon Vault? Like a couple of those sets that didn't really have a mainline series tied to it.
Dragon Vault didn't even come out.
I thought, I'm not going to look it up. There's a couple of sets that came out in between, the main sets. And that's what they're talking about with, Scarlet Violet.
Dragon Vault, though.
Well, I think Scarlet and Violet's going to end in the end of this year or like January or February of 2026. And we're not going to get 30th anniversary stuff until holiday time and then into the next year is my guess. So we're going to have like 3 to 4 sets that will come out, maybe 5 in between that won't be part of the next bullshit like Scarlet and Violet, Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield.
Where is this idea from?
I think they already confirmed it, kind of. Trying to think of what the sets are. Oh yeah, so like Call of Legends, we had like the small Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Yeah.
So we had Heart Gold and Soul Silver, HS Unleashed, Undaunted, Triumphant, and then Call of Legends.
Yeah.
And that was the in between before Black and White came out. So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. We're going to have this, couple random sets to get us hyped up for the 30th anniversary. 30th anniversary is going to be fucking tits wild. Like, it's going to be crazy.
And that's when they're going to Celebrations, because Celebrations is just okay.
That's when I think they're going to announce the new, game.
The new block.
Yeah, the new block era.
What is it? I think it's colors, more colors.
Man, Scarlet and Violet, that doesn't even make sense to me. Like red and purple? Those aren't opposites. Black and white, Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield.
Scarlet and Violet.
Is that what you think of when you think of those colors? Like, damn, those really go together. It's purple and red. No.
Scarlet. I was going to do an accent. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, no, that is interesting. Because Heart Gold, Soul Silver is also weird to me. And Fire Red, Leaf Green also was weird to me. Like the name. It's like not a proper translation.
Yeah.
But,
I love those Gold and Silver were probably my favorite games for the Game Boy. Crystal, those were good.
Yeah.
It was like peak Pokemon for me.
I feel that because I definitely had a little more in my brain.
Yeah.
When red and... there's a yellow and a green?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
I have yellow.
Yeah, no.
I have yellow for my
talking about red and blue.
purple Game Boy Color.
I had a clear purple.
Shout out to Lance who fixed my Game Boy.
Is it the clear one? The purple clear one?
No, just
I
straight
had
purple.
the purple clear one.
Ooh,
I won it in a
that's
yo-yo
sick.
contest.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you won the yo-yo
Yeah,
the competition?
I
What-
walked the dog. I did around the world and just some other. I was like
Nice.
in kindergarten, and I won. And I
Hell
came
yeah,
home with a
that's-
Game Boy.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's a great
yeah,
prize.
it was crazy. I remember that. Okay, let me get back to the action. How long of time needs to pass before market price is a viable source? Like where you feel good, like, and there's nothing anyone can say to you about you selling it at market price.
I feel like I could get away with 6 months with the current distribution, because think about the offers that we talked about of Prismatic that I got.
That I got 3 weeks after release.
Right, that are well above MSRP. Well, I'm stuck, Either I buy that and sit on it for a year and sell it at, market after a year.
Was that,
or I don't buy
that
it.
your answer then? A year?
Right now it's probably 6 months because they just don't print much after that, but a year would be good. I think a year on anything. Like that's a long time for something to come out. You're talking
Relatively.
We get 5 sets, 4 sets, probably 6, 4 sets and 2
4 to
special
6
sets
in a year.
Yeah. So you're talking,
Yeah.
4 to 6 sets have come out, plus all their other boxes and stuff since that last came out. Think of all the stuff that came out since 151.
True.
Like that's a lot of stuff that's come out.
You don't think though that like next year and later in this year we're gonna get fucking flooded with a reprint, like where there's gonna be enough to be like, hey, here's $300,000 of boxes if you want them. Like, why wouldn't they do it? They might just sell it on their damn website. Though.
I think
That's
for the
issue.
price to go down, they need to XY evolutions it and just put it in everything and just print the fuck out of it. Like, I could not sell evolutions packs for $2 a pack, and
that's crazy.
A week ago I got a distributor reached out to me for a case, was $6,500.
They had a case of it.
Yeah. So
I guess that makes sense. That's okay. They could have that because
but
they
I mean,
sell it.
$2
No one could buy it.
to
I know.
That's crazy. So it's possible, but then again, it could all be scooped up. I think for a reprint to actually have an effect on the market, it needs, at least for the recent sets, Surging Sparks, Prismatic, even 151, Journey Together, Destined Rivals, it needs to be significantly more than what we get on release. Like it needs to be multiple times over what was printed on release, because release, there's so little product that booster boxes are going for $200-$300,
Yeah, and they'll just, like, I think I said this the other day when I stopped by, it feels like, can you hear that? Hello?
What?
I don't know. It felt a little staticky. No, I'm good. I think. Yeah, I'm good. Okay.
Skirt.
Hello? That sounds
Hello?
good. I sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Sexy.
Thank you. When I stopped by, I was saying, like, okay, so if market's $250 for a Surging Sparks box,
Yep.
if they put 500,000 on the Pokemon Center for 161 with a free promo card, they're going to sell all of them.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would they give it to any of us?
Yeah. Oh, they love it.
Exactly. So that is an issue as
They
well,
love
because
it.
market price won't even go down because
Right.
they're the ones selling it to
It's gonna
everyone
get
else.
scooped
It's
up.
just gonna,
Right. That's the base price then.
yeah.
You know.
So again, market price. Yeah, it's a weird thing because a year goes by so quick, but also not. Like a year of a big set, like for Destined Rivals. In 1 year, you could say, okay, I'm going to sell at market price. Literally the day after a year. And then a week later, they go, hey, Bo, I got 3,000 more boxes for you. And you just sold 500 to people for 300 a piece. And now you have them and you got to sell them for 120.
But
I know what you're going to say, but I
What?
It's just a
what
weird.
am I gonna say?
I already seen it. I already went into my telescope and looked at it. Earlier.
Nice.
Yeah. But go on. You know, it's just such a weird.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, what is the time frame that, even if a reprint comes, doesn't matter. Like, it's been long enough. When can I take my prismatic out? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah. A year's fine. 366 days.
Yeah. But like even.
But I mean, that's a risk for
everyone.
you and I to take, right? Like we could sit on
all the risk. Yeah. That's, you know, like the 151.
I mean, that's true though.
151 poster collection.
Yep.
I bought 3 cases of them, but I paid almost double MSRP for them.
Yep.
And then now I see everyone posting photos at Target of more than I just bought at double MSRP.
Yeah.
So what the fuck? Where is mine at a normal price?
Yep.
Why are Targets getting 50 prismatic ETBs when one place gave me 20?
Right.
Why is this? Something happened to where the distro and Pokemon are not getting along, or something happened, and now that's punishing us as well.
Yeah.
It's not us that's the issue. It's something is wrong. I don't know if it's just Pokemon saying, "Hey, my chips are hot. And they're better fresher off the grill than me sending them to you."
I don't.
So I'm gonna give
I
them
don't
to
think
people.
Another hot take. I hope I don't get canceled by Pokemon, but Pokemon doesn't like us. They don't. We're part of the
technically.
Right. If we weren't here, who would sell it?
Them.
Big box and Pokemon. And what price would they sell it at?
Full retail.
MSRP. And if you're a big box, you're going to sell it for more than MSRP. MSRP on an ETB is $50, but you go look at a shelf, they're $59.99. I'm not charging $59.99. That's over MSRP, you know? So those would be the only places to sell those. Are they going to sell single cards? Nope. You're going to have to go to eBay, TCG Player. Like they don't want that because we're literally competition. So you put it perfectly. Like when the market price is lower than MSRP, let's say market price on a booster box is 110, 120.
Yeah.
Are people buying them on Pokemon Center? Sure, here and there. They might not, but
maybe
they're in stock all the time, right? That sucks for Pokemon because they have all that stock that is sitting unsold. Okay, now create some artificial rarity. We're going to print less. We're going to give more to big box and less to stores. And now there's not enough to go around. We're going to hype up the set, right? And now Pokemon Center, I saw for the first prismatic ETB, someone had a bot set up. It was 150,000 ETBs they sold in less than an hour or something like that.
PC ones or regular ones?
PC ones.
Okay.
All at, full retail. So what would the big corporation, what would you rather have? Yeah. Shit sitting for months or stuff that sells out immediately and at their cost?
Exactly. I was going to say,
what does it cost?
20?
No, it can't even be $20 to make a booster box. I mean, like materials, and then you got all the labor and overhead,
and shipping and all that shit.
I mean,
like actual cost of. I guess I don't know if that's
30. Like my guess is $35, $40. It's got to be less than that.
But you think after trucks, like
it's cheap,
wages, everything. Like it's just
cheap.
Paper, I guess. But
yeah,
but all the people that like make the art and all the process, like it's a weird.
I mean, I made my own business card and had texture put on it and all that stuff, and I pay like $1.15 per card, and on 1,000 cards, like we can get you if you're a Pokemon.
Big.
Yeah, you get cheap.
No, that makes sense, and that's why their margins are. When they do sell the distro, their margins are their margins.
Yeah.
Like if you sell,
why would they're going to sell the distributors for?
If they can make,
I don't know their cost
instead of 20,
right? Exactly.
They're going to do it.
Yeah,
that's big business for you in general, and they're going to take it when it's there.
Yep.
So that's the immediate effect of like, if boxes are selling for retail, why am I going to ship them out to all these people when I can just sell it myself? It's the same thing here. It's like, why would I give a bunch of streamers a deal when I could just sell the boxes for retail
and make the money yourself? Yeah,
exactly. It makes sense, but also
for you and I, it makes sense because
price.
We're not here. We're here for the long run, not for the peaks. We want to remain a source to get your product, no matter what the market price is. Like we have to rely on those people coming in, spending their money with us when the market isn't hot,
Yep.
So you're building that loyalty. It's a small percentage of people that do that. You'd be surprised at how much stuff I put up. And if I'm not, if I'm $1 over on a booster box, it literally doesn't get sold. Like I'll sell a handful of boxes, but
the few, the proud, the Marines.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But you need those people to come and buy those things. It's not going to be peak hype times all the time. It's going to come back down. It happens all the time in Pokemon.
Yep. And we're just at the infancy of Pokemon. If it's going to be around for 100, 200, 300 years.
The CEO says that he thinks it'll be around for 100 years. So we're only not even 30% into its life.
That's kind of like, I don't know the right word. I don't know a lot of words, but that's like...
Words hard.
What?
What'd you call me? I said words are hard.
Oh, I thought you said word tard.
Word.
Yeah, no, that's like not a good outlook. 100 years.
Yeah, that's
That's not even a lot, dude.
No.
You're just gonna stop
Pokemon's
printing
gonna be around forever.
Yeah, unless
the sun's gonna eat up the Earth. There's gonna be a fucking floating Pikachu out there.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it's a cycle. People just got to realize it's a cycle. It's hard to get product right now. It won't be hard to get product in the future.
But then it will be again. Then
it will.
Won't be then. But we're also, like I said, at the infancy. So all those people that invested in base set and stuff, like it took 25 years for that to pay off.
Right.
And now we're like, poof, now the flower has bloomed. And
yeah, it's become mainstream and,
which is good.
Big,
it's because
popular people are talking about
showing it to their kids.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the kids that grew up with it that have kids now showing them.
Right. It amazes me
forever.
Yeah. Like all of our technology, tablets, and you just see, with our daughter, we try not to, have her watching too much stuff, but it's just part of life now, screens and stuff. And we have all these parents come in and they're talking about how their kids are in kindergarten, first grade, whatever. And they're all opening Pokemon cards. How awesome is that?
Because of you or what?
No, just like in general, like their kids, Pokemon is so popular. The kids are choosing a physical thing to play with, and they're getting excited and happy, and they're playing with their friends and trading over video games and tablets. And, I think that shows how powerful Pokemon as a brand is that you're still getting young kids and people of all ages playing in today's age, playing literally with shiny cardboard.
That's good though. Fuck tablets and fuck
it's art, right? It's shit. Good. It's reading. Yeah. It's art. It's
physical is good.
Yeah.
Yep. The phones are amazing, but it's also, you have to remember, that's a company trying to make as much money as possible by getting your fucking ass addicted to this shit.
Yeah, like Pocket.
That's all it is.
Pocket's
well, not even, but just the companies that make these things. Like, they don't give a shit about your kids or what kind of murderers it's going to create in 30 years. Like, they don't even know. They can't tell you. Well, is there studies that this is bad? I don't know yet. So
might make some gambling addicts.
not the Pocket. I'm talking about like our phones.
Oh
tablets.
yeah, phones.
That's what I'm talking about. Just the iPad and all the shit that these kids are just staring at like it's a new world.
Yeah.
Like they're the kids that are growing up right now that are doing it full on are only like 10 years old.
Yeah.
We don't even know what they will be like as adults.
Right. Well, think like even when we were kids, we didn't have phone. I had dial-up internet for way longer than you would expect. Like,
yeah, I remember speakers would like zzz when a call was coming in or something. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. I remember being on dial-up and I can hear it. Or like you get a phone call and your internet gets fucked. You're like, God damn it, why do you fucking call me? Now I gotta start downloading this picture all over again.
LimeWire pictures of girls in bikinis.
Downloading songs. Oh yeah.
I remember downloading a picture of Lindsay Lohan off LimeWire, and it was
just
like
line by line.
Virtual printing.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm just.
But now everything is instantly available.
Yes. Like it's good and bad. It just. I don't know.
Like people, when you think about the future, like because it's so ingrained in our life, phones are freaking crazy. Like anything you want to know, it's here. It's dumb that we still call it a phone. It's not a phone. It's probably the last thing that we use it for. What should we call it? Let's name it. Tricorder.
What the hell is that?
Right.
Tricorder? Try again. I don't know. It's just like our little assistants.
Right. It's not a phone.
It's our little Tobies. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
Our, what would you call this thing? Slate? Our slate?
Our slate. Our
It's like a
information
weird-
slate.
Yeah, it's our tablet. It's our know-all.
Mm-hmm.
Basically. But before ChatGPT, I mean, Google kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Because you're based off of like people putting their opinions
But
on
I mean,
things.
you could still get
Good stuff.
whatever you
good
can,
stuff.
whatever.
But,
Yeah.
like talking to chat is crazy.
It is.
Or Grok. Do you use Grok at all?
I have not.
You should try.
I have a ChatGPT subscription that I
Yeah.
use a good amount.
Yeah. No, I love chat, but try Grok. It's very. It won't
Was
be
that
like,
the-
oh, you can't. It's,
The X one?
Yeah, it's Elon's.
Yeah.
It won't tell you like, oh, that's against my guidelines to tell you what is this.
Yeah.
You know.
There's ways to trick that though. And you can make
I've done it too.
ChatGPT
I've made
hallucinate.
Well, I've asked it about certain lyrics and it like makes up lyrics and shit. I'm like, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
it's wrong.
Yeah.
I asked
Which is scary because if it's
Well,
something you need,
I asked it just a couple days ago, how many days ago was December something 2023? And it said 150 days. I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah, that's not good.
2023?
Yeah.
So like even simple stuff like that, it's not there yet. It'll get there. But
Yeah. I've had some crazy. I actually had such crazy conversation with it. It literally told me that I gave it goosebumps.
really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It was really cool.
You should put that same prompt in,
Yeah.
like same exact everything, and see what it spits out. See if it says the same thing. Just curious. I don't know.
It should, to some degree.
But if it's learning, maybe
Yeah.
not.
I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
And it's also learning based off of what it knows. You know, it's kind of just like
Yeah.
us. Like you can't create something out of. Like you literally have to take two pieces and put them together. You can't just take two nothings and create
Yeah.
something.
And you have to be able
So
to,
it's learning based off of what it knows.
yeah.
And, what
And you have to be able to
information
tell
has.
it what you want. Like half the
Yeah.
I don't know, thing about being good at Chat GPT is being able to write your prompt clearly,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah. Fine tuning it.
Yep.
So, what's your favorite part of owning the store?
Man, your transitions suck. I gotta give you some shit.
Yeah.
Favorite part about owning the store.
Another purposely like harsh and direct like that.
Yeah. I like it.
So, what size underwear you wear? Oh, go on.
Extra small, clearly.
I mean, you could.
Right, I could.
You like being held.
Favorite part about the
favorite
store.
part of just owning a store.
Being your own boss. I know that's lame, but it's really nice to just make your own decisions and
Live
Yeah.
and die by it.
yep, if you fuck up, then you fuck up. If you do great, that's, on you. I'd also I don't work the store too often because Lance does a really good job, but when he's off or whatever and I'm working the store, it's really fun. Like I just like seeing people come in, knowing that they're coming in like to your business because of something
Mhm.
that you did. And I say this all the time, but it's a fun product to sell. Not selling socks, not selling nails,
It sells itself.
it
too.
sells itself. And
You don't
it's
have to
fun.
be a salesman.
Right. Like they were selling excitement. Like I love when people buy stuff and they rip it in the store because I'm like, wow, what'd you get?
What you gonna get?
Yep.
What am I getting for
live
40%?
vicariously through them. Yeah. Right. What are you gonna sell me?
Yeah, no. Yeah, that makes sense. My favorite thing is getting those lenticulars.
Of everything, the shiny. Those are pretty cool. I
They're
was
just so cool. I
I
love
was disappointed
free
that the
shit.
151 one was smaller. Yeah.
That one's not smaller.
Yeah. It's smaller than the bigger ones.
No, it's not.
The one I got is smaller.
Really?
Yeah, I might not. Does that have the Mew on the other side?
Yeah, there's nothing on the back. It's
Oh,
it's not
no.
lenticular on the back.
No, I didn't get that. Mine's double-sided. It's smaller. It's got the 151 and then on the other side it's got Mew.
And it's lenticular, the Mew?
Yeah. It's a double-sided lenticular. Either that or I'm not remembering. It's in the window. I'll take a picture when I get back. It's definitely smaller because I was disappointed when I got it because you know how I have 6 lenticulars. I have the 3. I was going to put it next to it, but it's smaller. I'm like, I can't do that.
Does that look smaller than those? No. We can measure it later.
Yeah. You might have a different one than me, which would be weird. I only got one. Did you get the one with the light up booster box display and the Pokemon Ultra Pro top loaders? Those were dope.
Yeah. I love the top loaders. I keep them all because one was cracked ice. Do you remember those?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. They're kind of stupid.
That came with the last one.
They're cool to see.
Yeah. The top loaders themselves are just sick.
No, but that came with a puzzle.
Yeah, I
Some
definitely
puzzles.
did get that.
What the hell did you get?
I don't know.
I kind of want
something
what you have.
Smaller.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or I'm crazy, which is, it's 50-50. So.
Because that's the other Mew one right there.
Yeah, that one I got. It's that size. And then, I think you have different poster than me.
All right. Another question for you.
Okay.
What's one thing that someone should know if they're going to try to open up a shop besides don't do it?
Don't do it. One thing someone should know.
Yeah, just one out of the 100,000 things you should know.
I get a lot of questions on who are Pokemon's distributors. That's not my answer, but I get a lot of people that are like, I'm starting a business. What are Pokemon's distributors? I'm like, just put it into Google. They literally have a support page on Pokemon's support website that says here's all the distributors.
Yeah. So we're not going to tell you.
Yeah.
Go to the website.
Google it.
They're not going to let you in anyways.
No, they are not.
They need to be audited, actually.
Probably.
Doge needs to go in there and clean them up. Oops.
What was the question again? What should someone know?
Yeah, what should someone know if they want to open up a shop? Besides, don't do it. Because if you're not going to work as hard, if you're not going to work harder than me, you're not going to be better than me. Yeah. And I've set this tone in this area that now you have to
What's your answer?
What I just said.
Okay.
You better work harder than me.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm going to eat you up. Eat them up.
Yeah.
Remember high school?
No.
You never went to a high school basketball game?
We definitely did do that.
Well, the girls did. I didn't.
Where'd you go to school?
Johnsburg.
Where the fuck is that?
You know where Woodstock is? The square where.
Oh yeah.
Where Groundhog Day was filmed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 20 minutes away from that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. My answer to what should you know, or what should you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's one thing you should know when you open up a store?
That. Don't charge market price. Don't try and get as much money out of people as possible. That's my recommendation.
Right when you open up.
Just forever?
Yeah, at all.
Yeah.
But definitely when you open up.
Yeah.
Because I have seen a couple newer stores that tried that.
Yeah.
And I feel it's really biting them.
You got to have some capital. Just, it's not cheap.
You're probably
the
1
fixtures,
to 2.5 million, I would say you should have.
This is... What? Pictures themselves are expensive, but you gotta have a little bit of capital to start up, and you gotta expect that you're not gonna make money for 6 to 12 months, if not longer. You gotta
not longer for sure.
Yep.
Especially putting it all into it. I put everything into it, not getting paid at all. Eating, paying my rent, and that's it.
Yeah,
and being here and doing it.
Yep.
It's like anything in life. If you put in the work, you're going to get something out of it. As long as the work is done properly also.
Yeah.
You can't be drawing triangles when you need to be drawing squares. Shit like that.
That's true.
If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things, but what did I say? What was my answer?
Be better than me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you gotta...
Yeah, no, that's
you gotta look. You gotta look at your competition around here, right? We're far enough apart that we're not really competitors, right?
Yeah, but you're way ahead of everyone, online. So it's for the most part.
Yeah.
There's some guys in the area that are definitely like that, but and it is what it is. Your business grew Like if I just did Pokemon and didn't have all the toys, I'd probably be a direct competition to you.
Yeah.
Where it would be like
What
$199.97, $199.96
right
price, you know.
but
like,
that would get people to buy your shit over my shit for sure.
and we both be on the phone going, what should we do this
Right.
hour?
Yep.
Okay, you get it this hour.
Yep.
I get it that hour.
I got the odds, you got the evens.
Yeah, but it's not direct business. Like it's not, because we're not trying to sell vacuums
Right.
to people that don't need vacuums. People are coming in and buying stuff that they want to buy, and if you give them the environment and the proper prices, that's all that it is, to some degree.
Yep.
And then, I mean, there definitely takes, like, you know, I know you put money into advertisement and have a big, like, national base. That's the difference. Where I've been focusing on interior, like, community.
Yep.
You have that too with the store, but before were gigantic.
We just started that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You were still nationally known.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, that takes ads and whatever else. And it's not like you're going and knocking on all these people's doors and meeting them at shows and shit. You're doing it a smarter, easier way.
We don't even do that. Like,
you shouldn't. You're too big. You shouldn't run ads.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
I don't need to right now.
Digimon or something.
Right, but like when the market price wasn't like that, I spent a lot of money trying to get people just to go to the page and look at it, you know.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing like my videos and stuff. I mean, some might push people away, but the first skit I did has like 3 million views. I didn't pay a penny to push that.
Right. Yeah.
So there's different ways to do stuff.
Yeah.
It's just maybe I don't think I got any sales from it necessarily.
You don't know though. I mean, people are gonna be like, "Oh, Cosmic Destroyers. What's he got on the website?" And, you know,
I email every single person though that buys stuff from me. Like I literally say, "Hey, thanks for purchasing. I just wanted to message you personally. I'll have it out. Yada yada."
Yep.
I love to know where everyone's from. How did you find me? I say that, and here's my Instagram and
that's a
Facebook
lot of work.
Yeah, I do that for everyone.
That's cool. I like that.
I've never gotten. Oh, I loved when you ripped off Mac. I had to buy something.
Yeah, right.
So,
but people got. I mean,
yeah,
the people who don't understand that that's parody. Is it?
Yeah. Satire, parody.
Satire.
Just funny shit.
Right.
Just having fun.
Yeah.
I'm not scientific about it. I'm just making jokes, writing fun shit that I think's good.
Yeah.
That's about it. So that's a way. Like Reddit, I've used Reddit for One Piece where I've sold out instantly, posting stuff on there. Like
Yep. Reddit can be very good. They can also be very
you
can get some crazy pissed off people.
Exactly.
You also get a lot of stores that have other accounts and they'll just downvote anything that isn't their stuff, trash on it, you know.
Yeah, it's because they're not working as hard as me.
Yeah. I do it the right way,
yeah,
and
just
you
it right. Yeah, like I don't mind working twice as hard to sell the same thing.
Yeah.
That's what makes it different. And that's like also I've been told by some people get it, some people don't that know me or whatever the case is. It's not ego, it's not me being a douchebag. It's me taking pride in like giving people an awesome, fun environment and good product at a good price. Like, how can you hate that?
Right. And
because I want to talk shit and say that I'm proud about what I'm doing for people.
Right.
Sorry.
You'll get those people that you do right by will remember it and they'll come back and they'll keep spending money. And it's obviously not all about that, but like that's what keeps this happening. That's what allows us to keep providing good deals is people coming back and buying stuff when the market isn't crazy. Like it's great right now for, you know, product margins, but I hate these times for like customer service. And like I have to not, what's up? These times suck for customer service, right? Like how many messages I get about people that are pissed or upset that they can't get product, like all this stuff. I hate it.
Leave them on red.
Right. I'm still a crazy person, and we read every single message and respond. It's like, it's hard. It takes a lot of time.
I just talked about my emails, you know?
Yeah. I was just thinking about that. Like, that's awesome that you do that.
Yeah.
But like, those are the things that we unfortunately have to get rid of as we get bigger. So like there's trade-offs.
You can get a Lance. Lance could find another Lance to do that.
Yeah.
And pay him out of his pocket
to
do it. Or you can get Chet to do it.
I can only afford a Lance.
Yeah,
but
it's very interesting. And
yeah.
I guess I had a weird realization for a second, like a minute ago. If I was the person I am and sold at market price.
Oh yeah, you'd be canceled the fuck out in like a week.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
But it's also like, I just like having fun. And
Yeah.
sometimes I think I'm way too funny.
Imagine
sometimes.
if you were Adventure Place and you were making those.
Tardy Zone?
Yeah, you're making those videos. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, people would not like that.
No. That's why it's like I can make, it's like people, even on some of these videos, are like, oh, douchebag scalper doing what he does. I'm like, look at my fucking price. Cut that.
Nice.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Like, what are you fucking saying? Stop being, go outside.
I love when I got a couple messages when we did our last one of our sales. I always get the messages that are like, we're selling at MSRP. They're like, oh, I can't believe you're selling it for this price. I'm like, bro, it's 60% off the market price. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm selling like 60% off. Anything that is 60% off is going to fly.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, yeah.
But that's why
How is
that's
it not a good
something you
deal?
don't respond to. That's somehow, there's a third-party app that can respond to messages. Like I've seen guys put it in their videos. Yeah, they put it in their videos. So if you comment like Pokemon on a video, the app has permission to your account and sees that, and then the bot will send that automated message to that person or that link. So like you put in Destined Rivals, and then it will send
Here's
these
our booster
people.
boxes.
Yeah, it'll send them the link to save.
That's
so
cool.
you could also do that to where it's like, if you say that you can't sell it, like if you have code words for like can't believe it,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know,
Fuck yeah.
yeah, yeah, I don't know, can't believe it's not butter, you know?
Right.
I don't know. It's I don't know what the fuck that means. I still don't know what it means.
That's not butter.
Yeah,
We use plant butter. It's pretty. I'm not any kind of, I like my meat.
yeah.
I like plant-based stuff. Yeah. But plant-based butter, that shit's good. It tastes more like butter than regular butter.
Interesting.
It's really good. Yeah.
You gotta send me a picture of that.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
It's good. Yeah.
So
Love it. Anyway.
segue.
Let's talk about fat.
Yeah. No. Saturated or trans?
Oh, man. Now we're getting into it. All right. What else you got?
All right, I got something for you.
All right.
What's one thing that's great about the Pokemon community, and what's one thing that needs to be changed about the Pokemon community?
Oh, God. Let's do something that need to change about the Pokemon community first.
Okay, start off with the easy one.
I think people need to understand that you will get your stuff eventually. Prices will go back down. And
But what if they don't?
they will.
Go
They
on.
always do. Always do. It's important to support brands like us that are going to struggle during those times. We're not the kind of companies that only buy stuff to sell, like,
Onlybuys.com.
yeah, right, exactly. Like, there's a lot of stores out there that are only buying Pokemon right now because it's hot, not because they're, that's what they do. So
Should be getting allocated.
yeah,
even.
we have a lot of our regular customers that obviously we appreciate, but it'd be nice if we could retain a little bit more, even if we're a couple bucks more. We're gonna treat you good no matter what the price is. So I don't know if that's a good answer, but
You're just saying
other than
people's
like
short
scalping
term,
and shit,
Yeah, like the fuse of, I don't know the right word either because words are hard. Remember, they are. That
Words be
actually.
hard.
Side note, fun fact. Whenever someone asks me if I had a superpower, what would it be?
Words.
It would be words to
Really?
describe anything at any point. Yes.
Ooh,
That's
that's a cool superpower.
you're literally.
just be able to like communicate as
Yeah.
clearly as you can.
And there's so many feelings that there's no words for.
Yeah, unless you're
and
German.
Thoughts and
they have I don't know any German, but I know they have a lot of different words that we can't even translate, right?
Yeah, there's words like that for, I don't know. In Mexico, there's crazy words, or Spanish, there's crazy words that mean the witch whore that lives on the corner.
Right, like
there's
very
one word
super
for that.
super specific.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be my superpower.
Nice.
To
That's cool. I like that.
To know all words and be able to communicate perfectly.
Would it be all languages, or you just one language?
I mean, I guess it'd have to be all languages because I'd have to be able to communicate, right?
Yeah, you're like C-3PO.
Did I talk to you about words at all? Like how I realized. Well,
next we'll get into numbers.
We will, maybe.
Ooh.
But words, when I was thinking about, like, I wanted to start learning Japanese and Spanish more because I'm Mexican and I can't speak Spanish well.
Yep.
So I've always had this, like, really ingrained thought about translation. I got to translate the word. I got to translate the letters. I got to translate, instead of understanding now that words are just sounds. So you need to learn the sound of the other language, not the translation, because tree, T-R-E-E, does not translate directly in any language.
Right.
You have to learn the sound, what they say. Tree is just a sound.
Yeah.
So now we have to learn the sound.
And there's only like,
for them.
There's only like 9 different, I don't know, I'm making up the number. There's a small number of like mouth noises that we can make.
Interesting.
And that just, the combination of those creates our words.
I can do more than 9 ladies. But you know what I mean. That's one.
There you go.
But does that make sense? Like, so I was so stuck in the mind of like, what does
you're trying to turn it into English.
Yeah, what does gasse de carne mean in English? Like, that doesn't translate properly.
Right.
But it's just a sound. When a squirrel looks at a tree, it has an idea of a tree. It doesn't say tree. It just like, it might make a sound. They might make sounds. Who knows? 2. Yeah. Right. That's 2.
Oh, man.
So, like, it's just a translation. So now I'm really in this mind of like, I could learn any language because it's just sounds.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to translate and figure out what that sentence says in English.
Right.
I'm going to learn
it's
the
not
sounds.
Even the same sentence structure as English.
No, exactly.
Right.
It's all about the sounds and what goes with what and how they pronounce things and the sound that they make.
Yep.
Basically for those things. And you have to learn those sounds based on what they're looking at. But my answer for that...
What question?
What would I change in the Pokemon community?
Oh, yeah.
I would, as Pokemon president, I would get rid of all 3 ring binders.
Agreed.
That is the first.
3 ring binders should not exist in the trading card world.
Yes.
Agreed.
And that's probably...
As your vice president, I will work to enforce that.
Thank you. Yeah, and I don't know. There's a lot.
Yeah.
And like trying not to be negative at the same time.
Right.
Like
that's why it's hard to come up with an answer.
But a lot of short term, I didn't even think about an answer when I thought about the question. But there's a lot of short term like, remember it's a hobby. I think that would be my answer. You have to remember that this is a hobby. It's not a lottery ticket. It's not a 401k. Is that the right word? Yeah.
Investment, 401k.
It's not, even though I have said they are investables.
Yeah.
It's a weird hybrid hobby investment. There's nothing like it. But
investment, the investment part
hobby.
About it isn't unique to trading cards. You can invest in any asset.
Yeah, you can invest in any physical anything.
So it's you're never gonna take that investment out of the hobby. I don't think
it's good for the hobby.
It is. Yeah.
You want your stuff to be worth something.
I hold on to stuff,
Oh, yeah.
You see my One Piece.
Yeah. I was thinking about your trio birds.
Yeah. I got a lot of hate for that.
Really?
Yeah. People are like,
What, you opened
You opened a bunch of ETBs. Imagine if those could go to the kids. I'm like, it was a couple hundred ETBs. Yes, it's a fucking lot of packs. But like, do you know how many they printed? A lot. A couple hundred is not gonna change the market.
And who knows how many you bought?
Right. Plus, I like it. So
Yeah.
who cares? Right. Collect what you like. Don't let other people tell you what to collect and what to collect and what not to collect. If you like it, do it.
That's another thing. That's another thing that could be changed.
Yeah.
But also, I know you don't like this idea, but map pricing. For some reason, every time I bring it up to you, you say it can't happen. It won't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. Can you hear that? Hello?
I don't hear it.
Hello?
I got nothing. You getting?
I don't know. There was just a little bit of static. I felt
All right,
like
I'm getting into my.
Come closer. You're like out of frame. Map pricing, though.
I'm getting into my map pricing position.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. He's coming. So
map will never happen.
I know, but let me bring it up. First,
Okay.
First Doge comes in.
Yep.
Audits all of these fucking shops that shouldn't have accounts.
Ours is just going to be Dog, and it's going to be Beckett Castle.
Yes. Beckett and Castle are going to come in. They're going to fucking rip Doge apart.
Yep.
They're going to
shred it.
Yeah. So that, I just, there's other products. There's other toys that have more companies that sell these things that have a map price. And Trick or Treat Studios is for one. The place, Spirit Halloween, most of the toys are there.
Yeah.
You cannot sell it for under $50 if the product is $50. If you do it and they see it, your account is gone.
How are you going to stop TCG Player on eBay? Craigslist.
That's a
Facebook
good
Marketplace. That's
fine.
I would love Map. I think Map
but
would
if they
be
see
awesome.
Beckett Castle TCG certified hobby store selling on TCG Player after or right after release, if it's 7 years, 6 months after, fine. You usually sign that. Usually there is something with Map that after 2 years you can do it, or sales you can do it, yada yada, you can do it. But Sideshow Hot Toys, I have a thing that I cannot sell for a certain price. And if someone, they even tell you, report it if you see it, yada yada yada. So on your website, it's really simple, and especially with ChatGPT, if there's 5,000 stores in the U.S., you can put in all of their URLs, and they can all be checked daily. They can be checked minutely.
I don't think it's the stores that won't abide by Map. It's the non-stores. Like, how are you going to get Joe Scalper to abide by Map? You know, they're going to, if they're sitting on a bunch of stuff they want to move, they're going to move it on in the third-party market. And
but
then
for lower or higher?
Because
lower doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess because
if
you can only buy it for Map.
Yeah, you can't sell it for lower.
Yeah.
And
but then would people buy it? Like, look at sorry, RIP Star Wars Unlimited. That's it's not going anywhere. And they have a Map, but it's definitely not selling for that.
Yeah.
You know, like because then you're stuck. Like for me, I had to get rid of my Star Wars because it was well under cost. And I said, fuck it. I got to get rid of it. Otherwise, you know, if I have a few grand sitting there and I can't sell it, then
you're out. I don't know, because Map does work for things.
Yeah.
So it does work. And it doesn't have to be full MSRP. Hello?
What are you hearing? I don't hear
extra, like a double voice or something.
I hear that a little bit on mine.
Yeah,
like a little bit of
like a little bit of yourself, like in the past.
I hear you.
Yourself in the
I hear
past
you really clearly.
Yeah,
but I can hear a little bit of a
double.
Yeah,
and I hear you really clearly. Okay, so we're good.
Yeah,
we're good. Yeah, I don't know, but once I had a gate.
It's probably the delay. It's honestly probably the delay.
I have it as direct though, so we should hear ourselves with no delay. This is going. The sound is coming through here and going right to us. It's not going to the computer and back. But anyways, even if it's 120 and retails 160, if you have places that are ordering 10,000 boxes and they don't have customers because they fuck everyone every time they can, maybe they shouldn't be in the business. I can sell another 200 boxes. You can sell another 200 boxes. The shop that only gets 12 boxes could sell 16 boxes.
Yeah.
Like, you can spread that pretty easily. And if Pokemon is doing 161 and they don't ever do sales, why can't they implement it for us? Like, where does that that's where I was saying before with market price being viable. Where does market price even come from? It comes from hobby stores that have TCG pre-sale.
Right. Yeah. Someone sets that initial price on TCG Player. They're the first to list, and it either goes up or down from there.
Exactly. And it could be other people that believe in the set that decide to raise the price or whatever the case be. That's why I don't think it's a viable source at first, because the people that can only set it are the people that have
pre-sale, brick and mortar, pre-sale, level 4 TCG player, 99.5% or higher, and 300 sales a month?
Something.
Yeah.
Or $500 a month or
so
something.
It's literally us, brick and mortar.
Yeah,
it's
that are doing that. Yeah. So audit them. Tell them to stop doing that. Because then that becomes an excuse. What if it's fucking a store that has some... What if you have great in with Southern and they tell you, hey, list 500 of these for me and we'll give you all of them. But I need you to list this because now we're going to use that and make another $5 million or whatever based off being, hey, you see this special premium collection for a prismatic that's not even out yet? It's $400. I'm sorry, I can only give you 3. And then next week I can give you 100 more, but for $250.
Yep.
How are you using this fucking pre-release
with
price?
80 cases of decks?
Yeah, exactly. How are you using these pre-sale prices to justify market price?
Yep.
No one's paying. It's like there's no bidding. It's just weird to me. And if you put a forceful, you tell TCG player, hey, this product cannot be listed for more than this at this time. Like, TCG player is owned by eBay.
Yeah.
eBay has, like, it's very simple to say, hey, this product cannot be posted for this. If it goes over this, there it is. It's a simple, someone that knows coding could do this in 2 days.
Yeah.
And have every fucking store put in. And it should be something like that. If a store is doing bad practices, if you're doing bad things, I should be able to report your store to someone.
Yeah. We don't really have to.
It's a hybrid map.
There's hardly any requirements for stores. I mean, we started the business without a brick and mortar. Literally just.
That won't happen though ever again for the longest time.
Yeah.
Like I said, people need to. There shouldn't be any new accounts. For the last year and a half.
Oh, for sure.
And there still is.
Yeah, but that's because it's beneficial to the distributors, right? More accounts means more people buying other stuff.
Yeah, and that's just down to the greed and money aspect of it because it's. And what do? If you can't beat them, join them. But I can beat them in different ways. Maybe not capital gain wise, but ethically and
Don't buy the stuff that's over MSRP immediately after release. We always get those. We always get those bundles. It's like, where was this on release? But I get it because I do the same shit. I bundle stuff. Yeah,
but that was different times as well. And maybe there's
bundles.
Yeah, it's just bundle Ruski.
Yeah, bundles work, right? Shipping's expensive. Shipping's a major cost for any online business. So if I'm gonna sell a frickin' single prismatic super premium collection for $90, I'm getting upcharged a whole bunch because look at the market price. It's $400. We're gonna charge more. So I'm gonna sell my SPCs MSRP. If I if I sold them and shipped them, did a limit of 1, I would make $5.
Yeah.
$5.
Wait, you're getting charged $90 for them?
Well, I mean, it costs probably, if I shipped it out, it's probably $10 to $12 to ship.
Yeah, they're big boxes too.
Yep, they're big fucking boxes. Most of our customers online are in population zones, so.
But you charge shipping then. I charge shipping. I don't do free shipping on my website.
I do free shipping over 50.
Okay.
So.
But yeah, you send that thing to California, that's fucking $18.
Yeah, it's expensive. So now I'm making $5, and then the person receiving it, if they flip it, and I don't blame them. You're getting something for for $90, and you can sell it for $300-$400. That's gonna be hard to pass up.
Yeah,
making a few $100 easily.
So now, not to cut you off, but I want to remember, the reason the map. I'm not saying I have all the answers, but I'm also not afraid to speak up. Does that make sense? I don't I'm not just gonna fucking just because everyone's going this way. You talk to a distro and they go, well, I haven't heard anything from anyone else. That's because they're all fucking going down on their knees for you.
Yeah. Just
because I'm speaking up does not mean I'm wrong.
Right.
And most of the time
I'd like to change one of my answers.
Okay.
To what? What you should if you're new to the TCG business.
Yeah.
Fucking negotiate. Negotiate with your distributors. I to this day negotiate with my distributors. I've had multiple. This is probably giving away my secret sauce, but I've had
I'll
multiple.
cut it and keep it for
No,
myself.
you're good.
No.
You won't be able to get an account anyway. So like,
I
what are
know.
you gonna do? Multiple reps have told me, like, no one has ever asked me for a better price on stuff before. I'm like, how the fuck have you not asked for a better price?
Because these people aren't business people. They're not
Right.
people that should even
Yes.
be in it in the
Yes.
first place.
Yes. You start as a collector, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
You turn your hobby into a business and it's still fun, which is what we do. It's our hobby, but you have to keep the hobby side of it separate and the business side of it separate. And if it's your business and you own it and you want to like treat it like your baby, you got to go up to bat for it, right? Like I'm going to negotiate because better prices mean I can pass along better prices, or we have better margin. It keeps us going. Like,
Even 30 cents off
right.
of 1,000
If I'm buying
boxes.
1,000 boxes, you better fucking give me a discount. Like, I'm saving them on shipping, on labor. Like, just having separate orders, smaller orders takes way more time, way more shipping. So, like, I'm doing you not a favor, but you're reaping the benefits of my big purchase. Not that I expect something, but like, it's a two-sided relationship, right? Like, you might hook me up with some things.
That recently, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, but
Yeah, I get it.
because they can sell it immediately to anybody.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you piss in my mouth.
No.
Even if I like it.
Oh boy.
That's number 3. Oh,
That's
boy.
What was the first one? Blah blah. And then what was the second one? Oh, it was the squirrel. It we all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I changed my answer.
Yeah.
Fucking negotiate. Ask for better prices. Be like, can you get me more?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're like, yeah, I can.
Mm-hmm.
Just ask the questions. You know,
Yeah.
you can't be afraid to get the answer you don't want to hear, because it's gonna happen a lot.
And if you expect that answer to happen, why not just get confirmation on it?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, that's why.
And I mean, if you're constantly in your rep's ear about, hey, I want more, I want this, I want that, when they do get more, who are they going to think about? Are they going to think about, Joe Schmo, who hasn't asked for anything ever and just takes whatever he can get? Or are they going to go to Beckett Castle, who is calling up his rep every day and be like, when the fuck am I getting my allocations?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I'm very polite because they are the life giver.
Yeah, it just isn't. It shouldn't feel like that. And there's
Right.
a lot of them that are like what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
well, I haven't heard anything else from anyone. It's like, well, yeah, because you're fucking dealing with a bunch of people that are bending over for you.
Yeah.
So it is, but it's weird. Yeah, negotiating is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
But also just knowing how to do business and how to run business right is
Yeah.
super important too, to do shit like
Business
this,
is
'cause-
fucking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you coming in as because there's a lot of, not children, but it's like, it's a fun thing. So these people that are having all this fun and then decide to like do real business where people just step on each other's necks.
Yeah.
And then you want to come in, and then you not even ruin it for everyone else, but you're like, then you become that place. Well, this place that's struggling to fucking do anything has it for cost. Why can't I get it from cost from you?
Right.
So that happens, and then it trickles. But
Yep.
it's not even a big thing, but that's just one of the many things. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
damn, there was something else. But yeah, that's crazy.
It is.
It's fun though. I enjoy it a lot too, and it's always fun. But sometimes shit just like
Lance breaking the fourth wall. Lance put it perfectly. He says it's like he's a bartender, and
Yep.
we're a bar, right? Don't know what people are gonna do when they walk in. You got regulars. You got people that are spending money they shouldn't, making stupid decisions. You have people that are coming in just for fun. It's like a bar.
Yeah.
What can I get you? What do you want off the shelf?
Fully is.
It's fun.
I say that all the time here.
Yeah.
It is, and people say it to me all the time too. And I cut people off actually.
Yeah.
Just like a bartender.
Yeah. We've done that.
You're
yeah.
done. You go home.
Yep.
And not
Like,
because
hey, you probably shouldn't be doing this.
You know what's crazy today? Someone got a Scarlet and Violet base 3-pack at retail.
Nice. I don't even have those for retail.
Yeah. Well, it's after your 6 months.
It's
or whatever.
yep.
Yeah. Okay. That's.
I don't know how this is gonna go over with my community. They're learning a lot. They're like, oh, I get it now.
It'll be fine now.
No, yeah.
Pulled the Gardevoir.
Hell yeah.
Comes in, opens the next pack, pulls the Slowpoke.
No.
Anna cried on full art. Opens the next pack, Miriam.
Wow.
Yeah.
Out of 1 3-pack?
Yeah. And then there was a Spidops EX behind it.
Holy shit.
Just God.
That's probably the best 3-pack
Yeah.
ever made.
Top 3 or 4 cards.
Yeah.
Out of the set.
Wow.
And that's awesome to see. I love to see stuff
Yeah.
like that.
That's what I was saying earlier. Like, I love when people rip their stuff in store.
Yeah.
And, you
It's
know,
fun.
if you rip stuff in store, you spend a good amount of money and you don't get shit, I'm probably handing you a couple packs. Like,
Yeah, resealed, but they're packs.
yeah, right. Here's some MetaZoo for you.
Yeah.
It's coming back.
Good. Good for them. I can sell the rest of my shit.
Trash. Straight
Meta-
trash.
meta
I will trash
poo.
on MetaZoo all day. I
Meta
do
poo.
not care.
And it's Mike, and it's his fault that he fucked it up because he's a fucking idiot.
Yep. Quote, throw it into the fire for all I care.
Yeah. That. What were we just saying?
MetaZoo sucks.
No, before that. Right before that.
MetaZoo is trash.
Before that?
MetaZoo is coming back.
A little before that. It was something to do with that 3-pack. Oh,
yeah.
the fun.
The God 3-pack.
Yeah. No, the fun of this. This is literally, and it always comes back to this. This is a hobby. It's fun. This environment, as soon as you walk in, it smells good. Did it smell good when you walked in?
Yeah, it doesn't smell like BO.
Yeah, but I usually spray my nice
yeah.
stuff.
Smells like a
So,
store.
I spend hundreds of dollars on fucking Febreze just for you to smell
Definitely got to have a bottle of
Yeah.
Febreze in the
good.
store.
And it's not even because the people are bad.
No,
It's because I
It's
want
rare.
the environment to be bad. Good. But happiness, fun, enjoyment, that's everything that this is around me is what that is.
right. It's a
And-
fucking candy store. Like it's
Exactly.
full of toys.
And now imagine
so
a
cool.
full on resale market price store. How the fuck is that fun to go into?
Yeah, I feel bad putting stuff up for market.
Stop doing it, scalper.
But
No,
like,
yeah, me too. Sometimes even like Evolving Skies or something. If it's $1,300, like when I buy it from someone, I'm like, okay, now I need to be under market because I need to make a deal.
mm,
And then I put it up, and then when someone actually is like, oh, I'll take the Evolving, I'm like, really?
yeah,
Are
right,
you sure?
yeah,
And it's like, so I try not to even touch shit like that really too much, but I had like Paldean Fates, ETBs that have been out for over a year. I hit you up. I asked you how long. You said a year
yeah.
or something, which is fine. And I'm like, okay, I'll buy them. I'll put them under market. Market was like 130. I put them up for 100. They sold. People were happy to buy them, but still felt not good.
Yeah, it feels wrong for something that's so new. Like
But singles don't feel bad at all.
no, that's
But I usually
the,
wait a few weeks to buy singles from sets.
I still
It's so
yes.
strange.
Oh yeah, you definitely gotta. I think we do 40%, or we usually tell people like we're not buying for the first few weeks because the prices are
Or
just
we'll
going to go
give you
down.
a certain price.
Yeah, or we'll give you a lot lower than what we normally do because $200 card can turn into an $80 card real quick.
Exactly,
But-
and they know that, and they want to sell it
Yeah.
off, and that's why I tell people. My famous quote is, it's either going to go up or down, and it'll be good for either you or me, and I just don't want to deal with it, because then in 3 weeks, when I sell a $200 card to someone, they're going to remember that card's $80 now, and I just don't do it. I don't touch it.
Yep.
I don't want to touch it. But singles, after that, like, grace period, they don't really crazily change unless a
No.
drastic
There's a
like
couple
reprint
cards
happens.
that come to mind, like the Magikarp from
Paldea?
How They Evolved. Like that dipped down pretty low. The fucking
When?
Bubble Mew was like $40 at one time.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. So there
Yeah.
was no reason that should have been that price.
Yeah, but like it happened.
But the Magikarp is what, 200? No.
Oh, I don't know.
If that
Probably.
card was textured, it would be way.
It was
more.
$80 not that long ago.
Yeah, but that's not a bad thing. That's not
That-
it going
yeah.
down.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I have a card that's $100, and then in 3 months it's $20. Like, ugh.
It
I
depends
don't
on when
wanna
you're looking at
touch
the
that.
price. If you're looking at pre-order prices,
Yeah, which is but that's why I don't touch it. So
Mhm.
if it's something like if it's a $25 card and it drops down to 20, come on, dude. That's not like it didn't drop down to $10.
Right.
$20 to $25.
I got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
All right. Is it?
We're done.
Bye. Sound number 4.
What?
Bye.
5 right there.
Fuck.
You had a question for me.
I did. Oh yeah. Is it wrong to rip product and sell the singles? Like, think about it in our current market, right? Like, I can't sell a box. Let's use Destin Rivals, for example.
Yeah.
I get my cost, which has gone up a little bit, but not much from what it had.
It did go up, though, like 5 or 7.
Well, now we're no longer getting our
deals.
Our deals. They're like, you're paying the regular fucking price that we
They
sell
told you
for.
that. We talked about it, and then you confirmed
Yeah,
it,
one of
right?
them did. A couple didn't. But yeah, a couple did. Yeah. But so Destin Rivals, $300, let's say. We get them for our cost. MSRP is $161. Is it wrong for a store like you or me that usually sticks to MSRP or lower to rip those instead of, rip them and get the price for the singles, the high price for the singles? Because the reason the boxes are expensive is because there's usually some expensive cards. It's pretty rare where you get evolutions, XY evolutions, where, box is $1,200.
Card.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So like,
So
is that wrong? Is that cheating against the MSRP?
the proper answer to me, I do know, and I do have all of the answers.
I haven't been looking at the camera, by the way.
You're good. No,
Just been looking
only
at
look
you.
at it if you want to tell someone something.
Yeah. Lance, there you are again.
There you go. If you've made it this far, Lance, you have. Actually,
He's gonna watch. I'm gonna make him watch it now.
But I fought, and you did get a big bonus, and he will talk to you about it.
Really?
From you.
Yeah.
You're giving him a bonus for
I
watching
am?
it this far.
Nice.
It might be a pack, a resealed pack of Metazoo.
I give Lance some. I got him hooked on Pokemon.
There you go.
Yep.
So all his paycheck just goes back to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, really?
People that work for me
But
get
he
a lot
has
of stuff.
a job.
Yes.
He has another job.
W-2. No. Lance is full time with me.
W-2. Oh, I thought he was a teacher.
No, that's I don't know if I can say his name, but that's the other guy. He does TCG player.
Oh, okay.
And,
yes, yes.
He's
Sorry,
very
Lance, I
good
have
at
not
TCG
met
player.
you, so I'll meet you one day, maybe.
You haven't met Lance?
No. When would I have met Lance?
I don't know. Lance is cool.
Cool.
We'll get together.
Yeah, sounds good.
We got to get another tangent. We got to do like a brew game or like a Bucks game with a couple local people. Maybe Twin Dragons, Danny Phantom. There's a couple other people that are around here.
Did you talk to
Alki
Danny?
Base. I see him at Bucks games a couple times, but nothing too
Oh,
crazy.
he's got tickets too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
You guys are sitting courtside together. $100,000 each.
It's not that much.
That's crazy, dude.
I
Yes.
love me my Bucks. Bucks and 6.
Okay. Hey, they're on path for that.
Fire Doc. You got to fire Doc. Doc
He
sucks.
feels super confident.
I hope
in
Doc's
this,
watching.
too.
Go fuck yourself, Doc. You make
Yeah.
terrible lineups.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I'm not a fan of Doc
No.
either. No one is.
That and Darvin Ham were just.
It's like the
Jinx
name.
forever.
It's the name or so. I don't know what. It's not actually.
I was gonna
him,
try and do
it's
his
the
voice,
GM.
but I can't. No, they just
That could be number 6.
They
though.
just
Try it.
re-signed him. I don't even. I can't even do it. It's such a raspy voice. They just re-signed Horst for 3 years.
But he's the one making. The
Yeah,
decision.
he's making.
President and everyone else.
Yeah, and he's not a fan of Doc. He wanted Atkinson instead of Doc. So I'm hoping that because we're re-signing him, we're gonna get rid of Doc. But
Interesting.
anyway, no one cares.
We should somehow get like 4 big names or something and put all our names on a shirt or something and drop them at the game,
That'd be cool.
like at the Bucks game.
I've actually.
I mean, you already have.
I've
tickets.
talked to
You
my-
should be able to talk to them to at least hear the
I
numbers.
have talked to my rep because the Lakers did a One Piece night,
Yeah.
and everybody got a freaking like literally like Nami
I
and
saw.
like they're wearing Lakers. I'm like, I will do that for the Bucks. Like we need to have a One Piece night. Like that's gonna be that'd be awesome.
And most of the time, it's like a, like Bandai would do it then with you, and also like some shirt company would also do it with you because, have you ever heard of Unfinished Legacy?
Mm-mm.
They have a lot of butterflies. It's this guy. I think he's. I want to get him on, but I think he's from Africa or somewhere, and he came to U.S. whatever. He has a flagship store, super expensive, like one-of-one clothing, butterflies. You'll see them.
That's
It's
cool.
like a butterfly print, Unfinished Legacy. He did a night with the Brewers, but
Oh,
it was
really?
also sponsored by another company that like probably helped.
Yeah, like
but there was
we
like
get out
20,000
like those promo
shirts
stuff,
or
and
some
it's like
shit.
something cool, and it's like We Energies or
Exactly.
BMO or something. Yeah.
So doubling down, because I know the Brewers. I wanted to talk to them because I'd love to throw the first pitch. The Brewers are having a Pokemon Go night.
Really?
Yeah. So that's something
Ooh.
we could maybe collab on and try to get.
Yeah.
Because they do like, they'll let 8 people throw the first pitch.
Yeah.
So maybe we get like a few of us out there and be like, local
Hell yeah.
Pokemon store owners throwing
Yeah.
the first pitch out and getting on that. Because I would love to drop Cosmic Destroyer shirts at a Bucks game.
Yeah.
Because what's his name does it?
Who?
Gruber,
Huh.
right? He drops
Yeah,
shirts.
but Gruber's got money.
I know he's got money, but yeah.
Yeah, he does it every
got-
three-pointer.
He's got money on the backs of the Milwaukeean people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my answer
I
for
I
that,
can see them from my seats.
nice.
Our seats aren't that crazy. They're good. They're fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
We
What's-
gotta go. I gotta find. Make sure I can schedule a game in my.
It's the end of the
schedule.
season.
I'm saying next season.
Yeah.
All my.
Yeah,
I
that's fine.
got my whole
Yeah,
schedule.
no, for sure. But the answer to your question is yes and no.
What question?
You asked me opening boxes
Oh yeah, that was a long
for
time
product. Yes and no, because like I said before, a minute or so ago, opening boxes, or not opening box, selling singles for the first few weeks is a no-go to me. So why would you be opening boxes within the first few weeks to sell the cards at an overprice? And opening boxes are pretty hard. Like it's a high risk.
Yeah.
So I would advise against it, but I think it's okay because you're taking a risk, and if you hit something big, you hit something big.
We actually have customers that ask us to open one piece, or that they hope that we open one piece.
So that they can get singles that they
Yes,
want.
yes,
Because they don't want
because
to rip
it
the
is-
boxes.
It is way cheaper, especially if you're a player. Way cheaper to just buy the singles that you
Oh, yeah,
need
100%.
rather than ripping. So like people who play the game, they're not going to go and rip a case and try and get everything. I mean, there are because you want to get alts and whatever. But
Getting a little late, but yeah,
no, it's fun.
that for
I'm doing.
sure. Yeah.
I'm coming back.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun, right?
Yeah,
We
I
can
like
get
it.
deeper into
I got to.
space.
I
and
can
stuff, too.
because I know you. I
Mhm.
can like
Yeah, you can
relax. Yeah. When I did the other one, I was like,
Exactly, especially like
sound
the
number
first-
6.
Yeah, that's at the end. Actually. But yeah, yeah, it's fun for sure. And I have two. Before this, I had a buddy of mine that owned a nightclub in New Orleans for
Yeah,
10
that's what you're
years.
saying. Yeah.
And he was there for Katrina. Then I got a president of the men's club.
Yeah.
And then hopefully next got a big name coming and slowly doing it.
That's
and
gonna be cool.
yeah. So hopefully now I can edit these 3 and then put them out bi-weekly. So then I'll have 6 weeks to basically get another one done.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
because taxes and that's a whole nother thing. And just like so much shit was going on where like weeks were so busy for me. So I literally haven't put out a video for like 3 weeks, which
We're
is
just
kind of
saying
annoying.
when I got here, we're trying to figure out when the last time I was here. I'm like, must have been like a few months ago. Nope. It's like a year and a few months,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just gone. Pokemon
Relative. It's
with,
all relative, man.
well, and how quickly things release, like how the cadence of Pokemon releases, like it really makes time go very quickly.
Yeah, and just staying busy in life. It's weird.
Yep.
Life goes by very quick now.
Yep.
Some days it's long at the store. You don't work the store, huh? That's interesting.
That's classified.
You said it earlier.
On weekends.
Yeah, you got Lance out there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're doing other stuff. You're
I'll pop out and
doing robot stuff in the back.
it's classified. No, yeah. It's I like doing the store. It's fun. Gives you a good sense of the customers coming in, what they want. Plus I tell Lance this, I'm like, it's different for you because it's more of a job. But like when you're the owner and it's your product that's going in and out, it's just I don't know, you have more pride, right? It's cool to see the
Yeah.
work that you've done, pay off by having people come in and enjoy it.
Yeah, it is cool, especially like with stuff like I do. Like I take pride in my curation of buying stuff from people or buying new stuff. Like there's tons of new toys that I have to order that I think are cool or that other people will think are cool. And it's cool to see that shit sell.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I knew that you would like that. And I'm happy that you're like, oh, there's so much cool shit in here. Oh, the prices are good. Oh, it smells good. Like that's cool.
Yep.
And that's not like something that there shouldn't be any hate towards that.
No.
And there are people, but I don't give a shit about them.
You got your shelves. You got a lot more stuff than I do. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun environment, and it's fun to curate it. I would like to open another one maybe, but I need to like make sure that I can properly.
Cosmic Castle.
Yeah, we talked about that. The Cosmic Castle.
I want to. They're building.
We could buy the Mars Cheese Castle and make it a store.
Are they selling that?
No.
Oh,
we could put a bid
I
in.
was about to be real sad.
The Cosmic Castle.
Yep.
You would have got their email. You're on their newsletter.
Yeah, right. Clearly. Right next to where Bradley Center was in that lot, which is right next to Fiserv. They're building up apartments, and on the bottom is retail. And I was like,
downtown's
maybe that's where I opened the castle collection. And then
that's Cosmic Castle. That's too close to me.
Yeah,
I'll throw a brick.
But I'll just do sports and shit. I want like Giannis and Dame and people to come in. Brooke Lopez is a huge Lorcana fan.
A sports store in the Deer District.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't even know if they'd allow it.
Why not? Right? I think that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Close for the games.
Sports too, but you know how
sports sucks.
We were talking about big telescopes. You got to put a big telescope in your hole for sports.
I have a customer that will buy sports like $5 to $10,000 at a time, maybe once a year. He just buys a shit ton and just uses.
Has that gotten you any allocation though?
So $10,000 is roughly the threshold. $10,000 at market gets you one box at not market.
Of like hobby box?
Of allocated. Yeah. So every 6 months or so, I spend a bunch of money, and then over the next couple months, I'll get one box here, one box there, one box here. They go for like $700 market, and I'm paying $250 for that one allocated, right? But I had to spend $10,000 at $700. So like that shows you think Pokemon's rough. Sports, you got to spend big boy money to get allocated anything.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Right, and they charge full market. Like, you go on eBay, and that is the price that...
Yeah, they change it, like, weekly.
Yep.
They check it.
Yeah.
And they do not...
So sports is hard.
Well, there's no reprints.
Right.
And there's a finite amount of people that buy it, and that's it. That's all you get.
And the value of the card is based on how a player does.
It's trash.
Like, Charizard isn't going to get canceled, you know? Like...
Yep, I've already said this in a video publicly. They're going to think you're copying me right now. Yeah, I've said that. Like, you know, he's not going to get caught at a Diddy party.
Right, exactly.
But, you know, I've told people in my
last
video.
There's that, was it Tyranitar?
Typhlosion.
Typhlosion, that's what it was. Typhlosion might get canceled.
Yeah, exactly. So you might not collect. That's actually true, because people might. Imagine you go to your buddy's house and he's like, check out my Pokemon cards, and it's all Typhlosion.
Yeah.
I might make that a video. I might cut this.
You should. That'd be hilarious. Yeah. Just a whole binder. It's just all Typhlosions.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all like crusty. Oh, that's too far.
Oh. Typhlosion and just all the waifu.
Yeah, there's some crazy waifu cards out there.
There are.
One Piece is tame compared to some of the cards that I've seen.
One Pieces?
Yeah. We just had a unnamed person by
Lance
by a case of Nikkei, I think it's called.
Okay.
That is some
Oh, you're comparing it to like full out.
Yeah.
Full out waifu stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But One Piece is not for the faint of
No.
heart.
No.
Like if parents saw that their kids wanted One Piece cards, I don't know if I'm not telling you how to parent your kid, but big titty bitches in your kids, like he's doing it. That's
They don't see very many kids playing it, you know.
No, they probably shouldn't be. But there
Right.
are a lot of kids that like
I mean,
One Piece.
One Piece is wouldn't consider as like a kids anime, you know.
There's a lot of kids that watch it, dude.
I know.
Especially,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's
One
like,
Piece is starting to get mainstream like Pokemon.
and that's not. It's an adult thing. At
Yeah.
least the women are
I
very.
mean, as you get older, you're gonna be exposed to that stuff, and like we could go into our censorship and compared to like Europe and stuff, what they can
Yeah.
say and do. But yeah, it's definitely, you know,
the
we
mommy
don't got-
complex
we
though,
don't
in
got-
20 years is gonna be fucking out the roof.
we don't got chonky cheeks. You know.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Chonky cheeks.
You ever seen those like custom Pikachu
Oh
cards?
yeah, the thick
The
and
thick-
shit. Yeah, that's funny. I do like
Those are hilarious.
those. Yeah, I don't know. What was I saying before though?
I have no clue.
All right, I guess I got one last question.
Okay.
for you. What's one thing that you want to be known for after you leave this earth? Do you even care?
Can I give a non-answer? I don't care. Yeah.
You
Like-
don't care.
It's not going to matter to me. I just don't want to be known for something bad, I guess. Like doing some stupid shit.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah. I think it's
Great business owner Beau passes away, but we found his Typhlosion collection.
it wasn't stained glass
Yeah.
birds. It was Typhlosions the whole
He
time.
had 54,000 Typhlosions,
Right. Yeah.
leading most to believe that he liked minor
Like the
explosions.
Chonky Yep.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's so
So,
you
like-
don't really care.
Mm-mm.
You got
I guess
family,
maybe
though. You got a
yeah,
kid.
like that's what I care about the most is just making sure that whoever was like friends and family are taken care of, you know. That's what I would care about because I think that's what I would have the greatest effect on, you know. I'm not a president or some person making big decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean,
Yeah.
you butterfly affect a lot of people, especially when they get upset they can't buy something from you. That
It's-
fucks their day up. Someone might have killed someone after finding out they didn't
it's
get
weird
a
to think
UPC.
about. Yeah, like the
Like,
arguments
legitimate.
and shit that might happen or like making people, you know, maybe that extra couple $100 they sold something for helped them get through something or you never know. You just kind of got to forget about it.
That's butterfly effect. I'm really on this. I don't know if you've heard me say it, but I'm really on this. My life mission right now is butterfly affecting everyone that I meet
Yeah.
in a positive way.
Yeah, that's
So,
cool.
like,
I like that.
Putting that into motion.
Positive energy.
Exactly. Even
Doing
if
the
it's
right thing.
subconsciously, just
Mhm.
like making that. Because there's a point now to where people make their weekend or day around coming to see us.
Oh, for sure.
You know, so that
Multiple
already
times a
is
week. That, like,
interesting. Like you have,
Bar. It's a bar.
yeah, you have a obligation to those people.
Yeah. And there's hopefully this isn't too crazy, but
I could cut it.
we have I think the people that play TCGs and collect and stuff, there's the mainstream people, but you also get the niche collectors that might not have, you know, some of the social skills, and they get to come in and interact with other people and have fun and enjoy something. And you know, I'm just like really big against bullying and all that stuff, so I think it gives some of those people that might normally not have an outlet to come and, you know, do stuff that's good for them and makes them happy. So it's cool to see all the diversity, I should say,
Mhm.
in, you know, that come into the store. And like you're saying, not just putting that positive energy out there for everybody. I think it's a cool thing to do. Not everybody does it.
And that's interesting because at a time I became a hermit for a minute. Like I used to be super outgoing as a kid, and then after high school, had a bad breakup, whatever the case be,
Mhm.
and I literally didn't date girls from like, which is really hard to believe. Right
Only
now.
Typhlosions.
Yeah, no. From like 21 to like 27, I
Mm-hmm.
literally wasted 5.5 years of my life not going out with any girls or guys. Not that that's wrong, but
Nobody.
like no activity.
Yeah.
And like hermiting myself, which is not me because I'm so in my mind and whatever else. I'm definitely very introverted, but at the same time extroverted. Like, and the store has reawoken me to like, even when I first opened, I was a little like nervous to like talk to people or whatever the case be. But now everyone gets a hello. Yeah. Everyone, and I love making jokes with people, and those same exact
building
people
that
might not have that social. I like to mess with them or have fun with them. Try to make them have fun and try to make them feel like, oh,
accepted.
This guy that looks like he'd bully me or something is actually being really, really cool and nice to me. That's awesome. And like, you know, butterfly effect. That's literally what it is. Like,
it's important.
A lot of people get looked at like a book cover, you know? And like, I do agree with, you can judge a book by its cover. I'm sorry. You can, but you also shouldn't always.
Right.
But sometimes a book can be
you can do it internally, but you shouldn't do it externally.
No, you can.
Yeah, some book covers suck.
No. But you know, like some people that just like, okay, never mind.
I'm wearing terrible shoes.
No, I'm joking. I was going to make a joke.
I this is because I do so many steps a day. And
Let me see your counter.
What?
Your step counter.
I don't bring my phone with me.
There's 12 steps.
Let's see.
That's a
See, I put my phone down.
Being an alcoholic.
Right.
12 step.
Oh, no.
Sorry. Cut it.
Oh, no. It's not ready to go.
Can I leave that in? Did you even hear what I said?
No.
I said the 12 step was a callback to you being an alcoholic.
Oh, nice.
Your 12 steps in.
We are from Wisconsin, so.
No.
I got 6,900 steps.
That's not bad.
That's just with my phone in my pocket. Half the time put my shit down and.
No, I was gonna make a joke like, if someone's wearing Crocs, I know I can't be friends with them. Like, I can read the book. I don't have to open the book. I'm not going to look at that book. I don't want to.
Oh, I guess we're going to have to cut this short.
I'm joking. That's why I was trying to see if you had Crocs on to make the joke. It would have been way better if you had them on.
I mean, I don't think slip-on, no-lace Skechers are any better, but.
I made a meme once with a RC car pulling up like really fast and then going because it said when you go up to a really hot girl, but then you look down and she's wearing Skechers. But no, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes, you can judge a book by its cover to some degree, but you shouldn't always. It's weird,
especially as a business
police.
owner.
It's like police. Like they should bring back profiling to a degree. Because if a guy has a mask on, and a gun, you can't wait till he shoots.
I agree with that.
It's a very harsh way to put it, but it's like, I'm not saying any black person or Mexican person walking down the street, you should profile them. But if a fucking person is doing something bad or looks like maybe check them out.
Yeah, it just shouldn't depend on other characteristics. If they're doing something stupid, then.
I'm also being lighthearted with all of this. I don't know, I'm talking random, but being able to joke around with people that don't usually joke around, or making a joke that people might be like, whoa, did he just say that? I like doing that to people because then they feel more comfortable.
Yep.
You know, so
they open up.
Yeah, they open up and they have fun and they go, oh, that's nice. He's not an asshole like he looks like.
Yeah.
Or he's not an asshole.
And then they think about that. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they don't mind. And then you see me talking to someone that you would in high school never think I was talking to, or some stupid shit like that. And people have that mindset because a lot of people live in their glory days of high school or whatever the case be. So,
and people don't have that. I'm very similar, where I'm extremely introverted. Like, I was very nervous to come and talk, but because I've worked in retail for so long, like even before this, it's just a skill that you learn. I'm comfortable now, but like, it's something that not everybody learns until you interact with the public on a daily basis, whether that's retail or restaurant or some kind of public service. Like, that's when you really get to know people and how they're different.
Yeah, I go to Target and like have to hold back myself from not saying hi to people.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Right. Like,
because also
especially in like the TCG aisle. Yeah. What can I get you today?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Or I'll tell people like, have a good day or something. I love when I go to a show, like a comedy show, they'll go like, enjoy the show. I go, you too. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Have a good flight. You too.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, enjoy your meal. Yeah, you too.
Yep. I know.
I'm sorry. But I don't know. I don't know what I was getting off on, but it's like just I'm butterflying effect with positivity and humor, and that's my mission right now, and that's what I'm gonna do. And if you don't like it, take your Crocs and get the fuck out. so it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know? And I hope people understand. And if they don't, I really don't care at the same time.
No.
But at least me doing this, and like if I make you feel a certain way, maybe you're gonna think about, why do I hate that guy so much, or why do I feel this way about a guy, and that's gonna do something for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you choose not to look inside, you're never gonna find the answers, and most of the time they're right there inside.
Words of wisdom right there.
And with that, is there anything else you want to tell the people? Tell them where to find you. I'll cut it. Don't worry.
Caledonia, Wisconsin.
Yeah. Beau of Beckett
Instagram.
Castle.
Yeah.
Maybe a Cosmic Castle coming one day.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
And Lance, you could work it.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
I'll trust Lance if you trust him.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Well, I appreciate you coming.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. It was fun. I want to do this again.
Yeah, we definitely
We
will.
had a good
I'm
conversation.
Sure people want to hear more about space, about how I think I know a bunch and how you know a bunch.
I got to prep too.
It's perfect.
I got to prep for some more terms.
Yeah. I appreciate
cool.
it. Thank you guys. If you've made it this far,
yeah.
Lance, you might be the only one here.
Hi, Lance.
I appreciate you guys. And in 10 years, when this podcast is huge, I appreciate you going back and watching this.
The OG episodes. Yep.
Yep. And if I died, when I die,
I'll continue it for you.
There we go.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Sweet.
You're living longer than me?
No, definitely not. I'm diabetic.
We're both going in. We're going to go into machines together.
Yes.
And we're going to go mine space.
We was gonna die together. We was gonna ride forever. We was gonna reach the levels that they can never. My love is severed.